Hello and welcome, everyone. I am WalkmanEXE, and we are joining us yet again for another exciting session of Platinum Watch. Joining me, as always, are my ever-present role players. Going in no particular order, we have Red Beast 13 playing Gallus Morghulis.
Hey!
Storm Sage 13 playing Merrick Gilder.
Wolf sounds.
Vexatal 24 playing Yusuperic.
Wizard noises.
And the Hawk of Bridge playing Talasoon.
Paladin noises.
We are currently not joined by a Zodiac Zac 19 just because today was a session that may or may not have happened. It was one that I was on the fence of canceling, and I may not have gotten around to communicating to everybody. So we kind of just spammed him in the last 30 minutes. So he'll either be on later or he won't. But he plays Rando Mishorm, our druid who is sometimes
Druid noises!
Jesus Christ.
Guys, I got a plan. It involves a ladder.
That was hauntingly accurate, just because of the ladder. Anyway. When last we left off, the party had just gotten through another reset before being shunted to the outside of the city and forced to kind of come to terms with some choices that were made, which involved Merrick screaming into an alleyway and I think hitting his head a few times on a wall. Bright side, the party learned that one of the triggers for the reset was the death of the transmutation principal. But they weren't quite sure the other facets of the ritual before... Sorry. The Scarlet King, James Hargrove, appeared before them and went ahead and filled them in on some information about the boundary expanding and went ahead and offered them some tokens to use at the Shrine of the Raven Queen so that they might be able to commune with her, since Tala had pointed out that she had heard a voice via her religion check that seemed to be of the Raven Queen and decided to find some more answers. The James stated that in order to get these tokens, he would have Merrick perform an odd job for him, heading over to the Nachtjager and turning in a box that was his property. As the party departed, they went to the shrine first and foremost to go ahead and get answers, where they learned from the Raven Queen that the exact nature of the ritual was that Kilkias Pavis and her life force were intertwined. Basically, when the temporal boundary was initially set up, it was just around her palace, and the stipulations for it were that inside the boundary, Kilkias Pavis could not die without triggering a reset, and that the boundary would only end when either he or the Raven Queen truly died. Basically, the way the rules were set were that it would inevitably kill the Raven Queen and he would be able to escape, because the last stipulation of the boundary was that every time he died or a wound was inflicted upon him, the Raven Queen would suffer this wound upon her form, basically so that, you know, the more that she killed him, the more damage it would do to her over time, as with each reset she is inflicted with a new set of wounds from his passing. The party then set out for the Nachtjager with this new information, trying to square up the job before heading over to the Raven Queen's palace, where they learned that the Nachtjager, another information broker working as one of the triumvirate ruling the city, is in charge of people, specifically the comings and goings of individuals throughout the city. Deciding to go ahead and put that to use, they decided to try and track Kilkias Pavis as well as see if there were any individuals that had not moved since the reset began, only to find that far to the shores of the city of Blackreach, in what has become known as something that I will now call the Consent Cottage, because I can't with these people.
I'm sorry.
It's
my
parties
fault.
have done worse.
I know, but this
If it's not named on the map, it's not official.
It was my fault. I apologize. My brain just stopped loading.
You know what? You're right. If it's not marked on the map, it's not official, so...
Consent cottage.
I mean, I'm still fine with Love Shack, but
I was fine with Love Shack too, but then
a little
it
Love
became
Shack
this.
we can get together.
Listen. The alliteration is on point.
I'm sorry for calling it the fuck house.
I
How was that
hate
alliteration?
you.
It's
CC.
not. That's the problem.
CC. Coco. Consent cottage.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the
No.
Fuck Shack. I was like, what?
No, Consent cottage has alliteration. Well, it also has assonance, which is, because the vowels.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so upon arriving there, they found the two individuals in question that had not moved were High Speaker Olamund and his consort, who were killed for smuggling Kilkias Pavis actually into the city of Blackreach without the knowledge of the Knockjogger or any of the other parties involved, which is why they had trouble initially tracking Kilkias' movements. Upon getting there as well, they also realized that there were a number of shipping manifests that High Speaker Olamon had gathered that he had written in code, essentially, as a means to kind of like hide his dealings, but it didn't take long for the party to decipher them. And with the knowledge of the ingredients that were being smuggled into the city, Yuza had a better understanding of the ritual in question, and could now properly formulate a way to break each ritual site spread out amongst the Raven Queen's palace, as well as understanding exactly the placement of certain ritual points. So now we pick up with them heading to Hargrove Castle to speak with James about procuring the ingredients they would need for their counter charms. And that is where we'll pick up. So, gang, y'all arrive at Hargrove Castle. American Gallus, y'all have been here before, but for Yuza and Tala, you see this massive fucking, like, Studio Ghibli movie slash fucking Castlevania-esque castle that is equal parts Magitech, steam machinery, as well as fucking advanced scientific technology that has all manner of mechanisms that allow travel of various parcels and agents throughout the city, as well as a few other things that seem to be running in the backgrounds. If you'd like, anyone who would like to can make a flat intelligence check to kind of like figure out what it is. I will warn you, the DC is very high.
I got this. I got a modifier of 1.
Oh shit, I forgot to grab my dice. Hold on.
Is it an intelligence check?
Yep.
I probably didn't make it because you said it's very high, but I rolled a 17 plus 1.
An 18.
Somehow I would-
No.
I also would an 18.
No.
Fail.
That is a grand total of a nat 20. Kidding. No, it's a 7.
The grand total, no modifier.
No, she has a modifier, but it's
cool.
a 7 total.
That's the third 18 on this.
That's that, just as a for funsies. Oh, Rando with the 20 intelligence check. Even Rando doesn't fucking know.
Makes sense.
Love it.
So
Love
let's
it.
see. With a natural 18 for me, that would be
Oh, it was a natural 18.
23.
Yeah, you don't know. You can understand a lot of them. You understand. You and Rando understand the mechanisms and machinery that go into this. You understand this is like a lot of this is a lot of the tubes you see running out are pneumatic tube devices, which basically just use airflow and suction in one direction or another to basically send tubes shooting across a track that allow parcels to be delivered quickly and efficiently, as well as missives. You understand that a lot of the mechanical, like the scientific, like mechanical stuff that you're seeing on the outside is primarily designed for security. Like it's a lot of like automatons security that is just like hiding as like gargoyle statues, but you can tell just by looking at them, like, even though the gargoyle statues are aesthetic, you could tell for a fact that, like, if there was a legitimate threat to this house, these things would spring to life and fucking shred anybody that got close.
I needed that nat 20, didn't I?
You really needed that nat 20, yeah.
Okay.
Gallus just turns to Yuza, points at the machine, and just goes, "Snow cone maker."
Merrick, I've been seeing the gargoyles things. If I was to lay siege to this castle, I think those gargoyles would be the first thing I would hit. Just destroy the gargoyles. They're just decorations. They pose no actual threats.
Yeah, by the way, in response to what you just said to me, she looks like she's about to be like, oh dear, but literally stops herself and just like, sure.
The last
I'm so smart.
the last few things I'll say you notice is that the entire every square inch of this house is warded. Like, that's the last thing you pick up.
A trap there. A trap there. Merrick, you're currently standing on one.
Like not in like a trap sense. There are no traps in this. I mean, like, literally everything, every surface of this castle is warded against every single form of detection, teleportation. Like, nothing can get into this house or find this house without James's express permission.
What a paranoid guy.
Well, clearly the map maker had permission.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think made the map?
Touche.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, it's not like it's invisible, but, like, so you'll see it, but, like, any form of basically interdimensional incursion that could occur into this house cannot happen. Anything that tries will be sent far away.
And so guys, we leave the gift here.
As he literally gets sent into his own boundary and fucking glitches out of the Matrix.
Yeah. If nothing gets in or out, then nothing can go to the Raven Queen when we kill him.
You know what? Time loop within a time loop. My God. But when Merrick and Gallus came here last time, none of these really triggered. They only trigger on the presence of, like, a siege, right?
Correct. They're. Man, I cannot reveal too much because, again, you didn't rely on.
We can infer that's more of a hostile intent than actually
there is a
tripping over a tripwire.
You have not seen anything go off, but suffice it to say that if shit went sideways, your boy would have his stuff handled.
Fair enough.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so you all head inside, and as previously mentioned, it's a grand foyer, big, nice, open space, dark hanging columns, gold handrails, lots of red carpet, big velvet drapes. It's just, it's illuminated in here, but not too bright. Just enough to leave long, creeping shadows around certain corners.
James.
You just hear, I'm in the study, over here.
Alright.
And, often, not the room that y'all met in earlier, his meeting room. It's a room off to the right side, so it's across the hall from, it's across the foyer from where you all went the first time.
Right. We head that way.
You arrive in a nicely lit study. There are tons of, like, books on shelves in this area. Large fireplace, big lounge chair that he's sitting in. Has, like, a nice, like, arcane lamp that's illuminating the room and allowing him to read the book in front of him. And he's like, welcome. It is good to see you. Did you give the Noctjager his gift?
Yes, he was, a werewolf, bro.
Yes, I believe he is, quite the individual. He serves a purpose.
I'm sure it's beyond my understanding. He is quite the character.
Indeed. As you are no doubt aware, I am not necessarily what people would call a people person.
Do you know everybody's names?
Hmm?
He already knew everybody's names. I was just wondering
yes,
if you knew how that worked.
He is very good at tracking people's movements through the city. Additionally, he keeps a lot of information on individuals of importance and note. I mean, we've had our eye on your group for some time. We just never expected you to come here, per se.
Okay.
Any big movers and shakers on the material plane we try and keep track of, especially if they all happen to find themselves within the same organization at some point. Obviously, certain information was very difficult to find. For example, he looks over at Yuza, it's like, your name pretty much non-existent. We had to actually... We just had to actually go... You know, I'm going to stop myself there. Suffice it to say, we had to do a lot of digging. Also in graves.
Oh.
He looks at Gallus, he goes, you weren't necessarily hard to find. It did take a while. My spies within the Eyes of Truth took some time to get your actual name, mostly because, even though they're willing to offer me information because the Eyes of Truth's whole thing is the freedom of access of information for anyone, there is a brand of loyalty there, so they weren't really keen to give you up. So
I appreciate that from them.
He looks at Rando. You were not hard to track. I just had to follow one disaster to the next. And Rando's just like... But during my he's like, no, I know, during your vacation, you didn't really... It's a joke. He looks at Merrick. See, this is why I say I'm not a people person. There was humor there.
I got it.
Cool. Miss Soon, not hard at all to find. Your birth records are actually public, so that's part of. You are a citizen of Volta, which is what he turns to Merrick, which is another reason what I was going to say to you is that your records were not hard to find. Rando's took a bit of time because he's like older than all of you.
Fair enough. I mean, I sent up a signal flare.
Would Gallus be older than us?
Yes,
technically,
and no.
but biologically, he does. I'm sure he's not.
Chronologically speaking, but I haven't physically aged the time I was displaced.
Additionally, records for Volta don't go back that far. The whole making birth records a point of public notice was something that happened during the Fourth Age. So it wouldn't have been around in his time, per se.
Okay. Works for me.
Anyway, we have an update on the ongoings of Kilkaya.
Ah, excellent. What have we got?
Merrick just is over to use take the floor. Or you.
Oh, why would you do this to me?
You're the one with the higher intelligence. Yuz actually understands what's going
My
on.
charisma, no.
No, Yuza has like 18 charisma.
No, I know. I was just messing around.
A lot
It's just
better than Merrick's.
My charisma.
Sorry, Vex.
Okay, so refresh my memory.
So, there's a ritual, right? 12 points on a clock.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
12 points on a clock. That is what is causing this bounded... We'll just call it a boundary field. So the boundary field is being caused by this ritual, which has 12 foci, which you all investigated last session, finding that each of them does give off a distinct kind of aura or radiation, but it does still take some time to find them because a lot of them aren't physically out in the open. So specifically the ritual, I'll go ahead and actually put the points on the map itself. Let me just I'm really hoping this works. This is my first time using this. If it actually fucks up, I'm going to be really upset. I'm going to get really deep in here.
Awaken the sauce.
Ooh, I see a yellow dot by the Raven Queen. Is that what you're doing?
Yep. Just being very oh my god, can it just do what I want it to do?
Oh.
1 second, I'm actually going to have to erase these.
So it's literally just surrounding the castle. The circular part.
1 second. There we go. So let's go ahead and get rid of the ones that I don't need, which would be this one and this one. Alright, so you all know that these are the 12 foci. Basically, each one forms a quadrant of the ritual. And the way this is supposed to work is essentially there is an hour hand, a minute hand, and a second hand, each one serving a different purpose. So if I remember correctly, because it's been a minute, literally, the hour and second are the primary forces, the hour hand kind of drawing power, and the second hand being kind of the direction or focus, whereas the minute hand determines what the ritual is designed to do. No, wait. No. It's the hour hand determines the... Fuck. God, I can't even remember my own ritual.
No, those are the Ardaith notes. 1 second.
Yeah, I don't have Ardaith notes out. How dare you?
So yeah, who is his fuck, what's his name? Fuck. Whitaker. Alright, tell us now.
No, shut up. To disrupt the ritual site, discover which of the 12 ritual hands, which of the 12 points of the ritual circle the hour second hand, break the second hand ritual point, followed by 3 of the 12 points for 4 total. Break the. Well, I don't understand what I wrote. Damn it.
Okay, so which hand do you have to break first?
The second hand.
Which one do you have to break second?
Minute.
And then last.
Hour.
Okay, so
I like how the second hand isn't the second hand.
so so breaking the second hand means that you are breaking the source of energy. It is basically what is drawing power. So let's see, where would that be pointed?
Walker, quick question. While we're here in Jinx's space, can Merrick take a quick short rest so I can spend some hit die?
Sure. Just give me a second because I have to actually pick out the spots for this stuff because we'll just put that for it's not an S, well, not a good one anyway. So that's where the second hand is located.
Number 5, yeah.
Then the next is the minute hand, which determines the actual magical effect, which they said it was a temporal pause. So more than likely it would be pointed down. And then the hour hand, which is the last to break, is essentially determining how the ritual stays active. So basically what you want to do is you want to break the second hand followed by any other, 3 points on the ritual. Then you want to break the minute hand followed by any other 3 points on the ritual, followed by the hour hand and any other 3 points on the ritual. Once all 12 foci are broken, you can go about just doing whatever, because at that point the actual cycles are broken. The one caveat being don't die, because then your deaths are permanent.
Right. And do we know if we die at any point during the process of destroying these seals, if we reset, do we have to do it all over again?
That James did confirm that for you. If you do, this has to be a one and done. You cannot break
Right.
the ritual and then stop and then have a reset and go back and do it again. You have to break all 12 of them.
On the bright side, if something goes horribly wrong, all we have to do is find and kill Kilkias.
No, that's what he's saying. If something goes wrong,
I'm saying, like, if
What are you talking about? That is the thing going wrong. Is him dying?
I'm saying, never mind.
What he's saying, he's saying that if you all fuck up so much to the point that, like, only one of you is left alive and you haven't finished what you're trying to do, find and kill Caius and reset everything.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Don't mind the Raven Queen.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
He's
She's a god. She can take it on the chin.
He's saying if you irreparably fuck this chicken,
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Don't fuck the
By the way,
that's your
Walker,
duck.
Yeah.
is there any significance to the time that represents?
Fuck if I know.
Okay.
See Gallus just freak out. The minute hand.
It's 12,
It's 12:30.
12:30 and 35 seconds, so...
Oh wait,
That's the time Avok died.
Which time?
That good question. Both
I mean-
times actually.
I'll say this much: it could be of significance to Kilkias since he is the caster, but you would not know if that has any you know that the placement of the hour and minute hand has significance to the
I was
ritual.
wondering if that was significant to the Raven Queen anyway.
You know that the second hand is supposed to be pointed towards the source of power. The second hand kind of puts it pointed into the city, specifically like the heart of the city. So you could assume that the city itself is the source of power.
Oh my god, it's pointed right at our base.
Oh my
I mean, yeah.
god! Quick, we got to destroy our base.
So like I said, suffice it to say, you could assume that like the city is the source of power on which this ritual is running. The minute hand again denotes that you are like the form of ritual is a temporal pause, and the hour hand denotes that it is basically going to keep going until it's basically running in opposition of the minute hand, which means that the ritual itself will keep going. So it will keep expanding and keep growing and retain its power. Basically, the hour and minute position means that it is a indefinite pause.
So we gotta kill the minute hit hand first.
Second hand first,
Second hand first. Thank you.
then the minute hand, then the hour hand.
Yeah, second is first.
Always kill the power source.
Gotcha.
So we blow up the city.
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way. If you're putting in something, do you leave, like, if you're putting in new electrical cable, do you leave the power running?
No.
Then kill the
Why?
power.
Why? What could happen?
Kill
Take this from someone who shoved 9-volt battery he's into the wall outlet. It goes bad.
I just got done watching Chernobyl. I know what happens when the power supply goes unchecked.
Okay, but what if I do it while there's a thunderstorm happening?
Oh, then you're safe.
Okay, yeah.
Disclaimer, do not do that.
2 negatives equal a positive.
We have a Zodiac Zach. Hi Zach, we're not really dead.
Okay, I was like, oh god, I'm so sorry.
No, well, welcome to the session. I was just covering the ritual for everybody and putting the placement of it on the map now that Yuza has a full understanding of the ritual site, as well as the components that go into making each foci.
We'll DM you the information to bring you up to speed.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Long story short, we just gotta destroy the S hand, then 3 more, then the M hand, then 3 more, and then the H hand and 3 more. We
Actually,
gotta
yeah,
do
that
it
covers it.
all in one go.
Oh yeah, if we fuck up horribly to the point where only 1 or 2 of us are left alive, then we find Kilkias and force a reset.
You know,
And
when
try
we
to
won
skip.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who can cast power would kill.
Allegedly.
To be fair, that's only deadly to me and Rando.
Not even Rando. Rando has more HP than...
Okay, then it's just me.
Like...
Let's
Rando-
hope Yuza's not the last one alive.
It's you and Gallus. Rando has more HP than Gallus.
That's
Gallus only has
weird.
100. Gallus only has 108. I need a I have
What
to
did you
boost-
what did you class a bunch into sorcerer?
No, he
Me?
Maybe.
maybe.
Did
I
you-
might be sitting on some meta magics.
Let's just put it this way. Let's just put it this way. I know this multi-class. I don't like this multi-class at all.
You allowed this multi-class.
I should have stopped you at 4. I should have stopped you at 4.
I'm glad you didn't.
You didn't.
What did you do?
I will confirm Bard, Monk, and Warlock are in there.
I feel like we're gonna need like a spreadsheet of.
You know what?
your
I'll
character when this is done.
let's just save ourselves some time. Okay, so Bard,
go
Monk,
ahead.
and Warlock are in there. So is Rogue, which I'm offended by.
Do you have like one of everything?
No, only
No,
5.
only 5.
Only
What
five.
a
Only 5.
absurd idea.
So he has he has Bard, Monk, Warlock, and Rogue, and then the last one is the most fucking annoying to me.
It's the Damon class.
No,
Artificer?
surprisingly not. I was kind of expecting it, but no.
Batman?
Wizard.
Bitch, what?
Go ahead.
Wizard.
Please grab two.
Wizard.
But it's not a lot of levels. It's like I think 2 levels.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Please.
Points wizard pistol at your head. Bitch, you stepping on my territory?
Go ahead. Please grab 2 levels of fighter just for action surge.
I
don't know if I have room.
I will openly out this about him. Am I allowed to out this about him?
What?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's only 2 levels of wizard, and the archetype is Blade Singer, and I fucking hate it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Blade Song is broke as fuck.
I hate it because
especially with Tasha's.
with the fucking monks unarmored AC and the blades.
Yeah.
He's so mean to me.
Sorry.
I'm going
Guardians
to
already have crazy shit AC.
see the
Like,
thing.
I was proud of myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I got like 20 AC. I'm fine. And then there's that.
The thing that I hate about this is that
Is this
like,
why you've never been hit?
Kinda.
well, that and some magic items that I shouldn't have allowed. Because you don't have enough levels for evasion, right?
Maybe.
I don't think I do. I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I
Hold on,
don't.
let me- Well, hold on. There's
honestly, I don't want to know. I want to keep it a mystery of how many are each. I like the annoyance of not knowing fully.
Well, now you know that 2 of his 14 levels are wizard, and it might be 3 if y'all hit level 15, because he's such an asshole.
I'm not sure yet, though. I might take another monk level.
I swear to God,
I'm
if you take a
so
level
proud of
into okay, you know what? If you start going into fighter and you pick samurai, I will actively kill your character.
Understood.
This is a full threat.
So what I'm hearing
fine.
is Swashbuckler's still up for grabs.
Actually, I don't have my archetype in Rogue yet, so you're right. I could take that.
I will end you.
Okay, Oddfister, here I come.
Please
Hey,
grab
hey,
the prosthetic
he
arm
said-
infusion.
He said you couldn't do samurai. Swashbuckler's still up for grabs.
He's
Oh, it's a good subclass.
I
Dude, we should become druid buddies.
Oh, I should. Oh man, that would.
this is
No,
what's
no,
going to
Hey,
happen
what?
is that with exception of his main, he will have 2 classes. Well, not everything. There's like
Gauss's
14
build
classes.
the avatar of the classes. Is that what you're building?
That was kind of the first inception. I will be honest.
That
thought that was Rando.
his first intention was actually to do, like, I shit you not, if I had not put a stop to it, his first character that he pitched me was an absurd build. It was literally one, like, he's like, oh, we're level 14? I'm like, yes. Sent me a character with 1 level in everything. 1 blood hunter, 1 artificer, 1 rogue, 1 fighter, 1 paladin, and I'm like, no.
Go ahead, goddamn.
Sorry.
I assume you shut down Sorcerer because, like, the whole bloodline elements.
No, I just shut it down because I saw the build and I'm like, no.
I
I'm not allowing
I
this.
was fairly certain you were going to turn it down.
which is why I think Gallus was his actual pick, and he just assumed that I wouldn't notice the multi-classes, and I'll be honest, I didn't at first.
You pulled an Animaniacs where you throw out a super risque joke to get the one you actually want past the censors.
I do feel dirty about it. I will admit that.
Anyway, back to the game.
So crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It just might
That'd be nice.
work.
So yeah, Yuza has the floor to either show James the notes or tell him what's going on.
Well, now I feel like I have to hate Gallus. Just for the AC bonus.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I relay everything you just spat out.
Okay, as you relay all that to him, he kind of like understands it, and additionally, when you present your notes from the consent cottage, he reviews it and is like, so this is what they're doing for foci. Yep, I can work on developing countermeasures right away and get this taken care of. It will take no time at all to go ahead and assemble this. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and put everything together. I'd say rough ballpark, 2 to 3 hours. If we happen to have a reset, I can just get to work on it while you all make your way over here.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Well, now that I know what we're doing and understand how it works, when I put everything together, going ahead and just letting you know, each ritual will be more or less standard. The only places that you will have deviations will be the second hand, minute hand, and hour hand, of which I will go ahead and provide you with the unique materials for each and instruct you on how they will work. These have to be done by an arcane caster, so he just looks at like Gallus and Yuza. This is going to be up to you two.
Wait, you're an arcane caster?
He has Find
Double.
Familiar.
I dabble a little bit.
He has Find Familiar. I assumed that you are an arcane caster, are you not?
Somewhat. I can cast some minor spells. I'm not as proficient as Yuza. I'm more of a novice, if I am to be honest.
You don't need to be proficient. I am literally just handing you the instructions and the means to do this.
Ooh, excellent.
I'm basically handing a first level wizard a wand of wish. Like, this isn't high concept. This will take you no time if you just follow what's on the paper.
I feel like Walker's getting his revenge on Red's build by condescending him right now.
The one thing about the Blade song is I don't have the great intelligence.
He has just enough for the multi-class to work. Just enough.
Tweet by.
So, Wanda Wish, you say, got any Holy Avengers in there?
Do you... I mean, I'm sure I've got one lying around from some paladin I've killed at some point. Do you want one?
I mean, if you're offering, I would.
This will be a rental basis. You do not get to keep this.
So, what's the market on selling divine organs? Or trading? Kidding.
He like as you pitch that offer, he's actually interested. And then when you're like kidding, he's like,
No, that's me out of character. If he's interested, I'll keep going.
Oh, I thought this was in game. I'm like, whose organs?
I'm like, what are we even
Mr.
talking
Hargrove.
about?
Tal's trying to get a Holy Avenger again.
Tal's trying to get a Holy Avenger by selling one of her angel kidneys.
Mr. Hargrove, is there a trade we can do with the Silver Dawn Inquisition where we can actually procure this on behalf of the Silver Dawn and with an exchange?
12.
Because we just got the Feywild, and he was looking for one there too.
Let me double check because I'm going to look at a Holy Avenger and
It's the legendary item.
Yeah, I'm not getting this Holy Avenger.
It's nasty.
Hold on a second. Let me read it.
It's nasty in a paladin's hands.
Only paladins can use them.
Okay,
Unless the DM
so
rules
the extra
otherwise.
the extra damage is only dealt to fiends or undead. Draw on the sword, it has an aura and a 10-foot radius around you, and all friendly creatures in the area have saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So it basically grants magic resistance to creatures in a 10-foot radius.
Or of mantle of spell resistance, yeah.
Yeah, and if you have 17 levels or more empowered, and the radius is increased by 30 feet.
Well, I don't have to worry. I don't.
That's when the paladin one can increase.
I don't have to worry about that, and the fiend or undead. The fiend or undead would be the only thing I'd have to worry about, and even then, I'm not planning on throwing that many of them at you. So
Also, it's a +3 weapon.
I don't give a shit about that. Y'all have +3 weapons already.
No,
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. Just for sheer effect and long term, the sword of sharpness +2 I have is probably better in the long run.
Also, Merrick's been rocking the same +1 he has.
Well,
his
it's a +2 now.
Oh yeah, it is a +2 now. I forgot.
It is a +2. And I think it's a +2, and I did take away the enchantment that if you miss an attack with it, you get advantage on the next one. So
that one was removed. Okay, I thought that was still there. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, that's the way I juked it, because I realized very quickly that was going to absolutely fuck me.
I need to find the Tome of Clear Thought.
So I'll say for the sake of this, like, I have no problem, like, if you want to actually legitimately, in character, with Merrick and Tala, work out a trade for a Holy Avenger, like, James will let you know. I will let you know, since this is a legendary magic item, the cost will be high. Like, this is not something that you can attain monetarily. This is something that's going to be like, he's going to have you ask a job. I'll say he even says that in characters. Like, this is not going to be something that you can buy off me. You have to do a job for me, or we have to work out some other form of trade, either in knowledge or personnel.
We'll sell you Rando.
Yeah. A task. We're pretty good at, like, doing shit.
Alright. Well, I've got a couple big spots on the board. I can take you over to a map and you can pick a job that you would like to do.
A quick question. All these must be completed here in the Shadowfell, or can these be completed once we get back to the material plane?
If I wanted something done in the Shadowfell, I would just have my agents here do it. This is going to be stuff that I cannot do.
I'm just making sure I understand the terms before we actually accept.
Understood. Understood. And do you want to come to the map or not?
Yes.
All right.
Gallus puts on spectacles.
Tala's kind of nervous. Commander, we're actually doing this?
Yeah. Why not?
Thank you, sir.
What? I represent my clients.
Gallus, you can stop that,
Okay.
please. You look silly. Are those spectacles too small for you?
Maybe I found them.
Now, I do want to go ahead and
Where?
preface. I do have.
Where did my spectacles go?
I do want to preface as well. I do have other items if anyone is interested. Again, this will require trade.
I do have one question, actually. Do you have a... No, wait. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Ears are open, Merrick. If I hear the word, we're going to work for you, James Hargrove, I'm willing to go ahead and arrange other things. Just let's lay it on me. What do you require?
Wrap a Dosselin's head?
No.
Sorry.
Not that.
I mean, do you still want it attached to his body?
Preferably? Sorry, I'm not good with metaphors.
Reminder, I would like to speak with him first. So
I mean, I could always schedule an assassination, but I would like to know... He just kind of thinks on that one. He's like, I don't know if I'm super comfortable killing him.
Sorry, I meant more like... Sorry, again, metaphors, but, I don't know, I just kind of want to kick him in the balls. That's... I don't know.
Oh,
We'll table that for later.
You know what, Tala? I've got something for you in a minute that we'll get after we get your Holy Avenger. Real quick, though, I'm going to go around the table. Rando, is there anything that you want, item-wise or otherwise? Let's just go ahead and put this on the table. Now, granted, I'm going to go ahead and say, Tala's Holy Avenger, that is something you all are only getting through the job for me. Anything that you ask of me will require additional compensation vis-a-vis manpower, another job, or a trade of something of relative worth.
Oh,
I
gratitude.
think I'm okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say potion, but forget.
I got plenty of those.
I've got
Yeah.
plenty of potion.
I was thinking more of a potion of haste.
I'm content.
You want a potion of haste? I've got, like... That's nothing.
I gave up my boots, so yeah. Actually, if that's not too much trouble, if that's even something I can buy with a purchase.
Sure. Give me your boots.
Boots of the Stormstrider.
Nope.
Or my old boots of haste.
Yep.
Done. Yeah.
He just hands you a potion. He's like, now, this is a one and done. Just want to go ahead and let you know.
Of course.
Additionally, if you want to schedule continued supplies of this, I will need personnel from your base. And
That's an actual trade.
yes.
Yeah,
Like, this is just a one and done.
Yeah. Maybe look at the potion. Wait, is this shit flavored?
I was working with lemon zest as a thing, but then I realized lemon zest isn't a flavor. Lemon is a flavor. Lemon zest just adds texture and aroma to a dish. So yeah, it's not great. It'll be like super strong lemon, but not like sour lemon, just the essence of lemon.
Fair enough.
I need to
And
look
Merrick
this
just
up.
puts that in his pouch.
All right, and he just takes your boots, and you watch as they literally disassemble in his hands, and you see this little spark of like golden light become absorbed into his hand. He's just like,
Oh.
okay, there we go.
By clockwork.
And he looks at Yuzen and goes, anything that you would like?
Out of character, I am so fucking tempted to ask for a staff of the Magi.
I mean, he could provide it, but at what cost?
I don't honestly know if I have anything this dude would want.
Oh, I can think of
Yeah.
several things that he would want.
As tempted as I am to ask for manuals to get some of our main stats past 20, but I'm terrified to see what Walker throws as, like a cult of beholders.
Oh no, I
no.
have specific jobs for any. I have specific jobs rated for your characters based on the severity of what you ask for, as well as his willingness to cooperate. I have a
Fuck, I
table.
should ask for a manual of strength.
I have a
Fuck me.
table. You can ask for it.
Nah, I don't
How
want
much
to, like...
for a manual of strength?
I was kidding, Red. No.
Might as well find the price.
For you, Gallus, I like you, so we'll say that it would probably be a job for me. Specifically, this one will take you to the Earth Elemental Plane. There's some things I need there.
I've been there once already.
Yeah, so if we... Tarask carried anti-matter gun. Not
Oh,
What?
you're familiar with the Chasm's Reach. That's exactly where I was asking you to go.
I've decided I do not want to. I didn't see the Tarasks when I last went there, and I don't think I want to.
Where?
Oh,
Wait,
Chasm's
Earth-
Chasm's Reach.
Earth-
Specifically, I was going to ask you to go to the Citadel at Chasm's Reach, which is the large spire that is being held aloft by 6 Tarasks that wander the Earth Elemental Plane.
I'm sorry. How many?
6?
6.
How many? What?
It's where we kill Trappit by accident.
No. I believe
Hey, you
that
killed
was.
him?
You didn't kill Trappit by accident. That was
That was me.
well, it wasn't intentional. It was an accident, but it was not at the Citadel. It was at Chasm's Reach, which is a... Look, Chasm's Reach is a large expanse of land, super big. There's a lot of places in it. The Citadel that I was asking you to go to is a specific moving fortress atop the backs of 6 Tarasks suspended by astral chain.
Paula hugs on Rando's sleeve. You killed him?
He got better.
Yeah, kinda. Technically,
Only once.
Technically, Trevor killed himself by casting Ink Featherfall while we're all tethered to a.
It was a group
falling
effort.
ship.
It really was. If
very-
anything, he killed himself.
It was a calculation now.
It was a group
She has
effort.
She just has a
Beautiful.
very serious face. How did you survive? How did you all survive this long?
Luck, divine providence.
Commander,
Incompetence on the 5 hearts of the enemies.
Commander, we shouldn't have you
Yeah,
in the
that
field.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's we have some brilliance every now and then.
No.
Commander, you should delegate. I don't want you to get killed.
Gallus just looks at James. James, I like you. Unfortunately, I think I have to pass on this.
Well, it's a shame. Again, offer still stands. Real quick, we'll go ahead and do the Holy Avenger thing, which I'll have to lead you to my map for. And if there's anything that you all can think of on the way, just let me know. And he just leads you over. He leads you up the stairs to a large ballroom. And as you walk in, you're kind of like, map, what the fuck is he talking about? And then you realize that there is this gigantic geometric replica of the actual Greater Wheel cosmology that is all moving in current time. And there are active, like, gemstones tracing itself across each of the surfaces of what you would assume is each plane based on approximate shape and size as well as locations. And he's like, yep, so this is my room of clairvoyance. It allows me to kind of keep track of all my agents across the various planes, as well as any active requests that I'm currently pondering. They all kind of get fed through a few different arcane terminals of mine, and I can get through them pretty quickly, given my reading speed.
Right. What would you say is among the jobs that would be worth trading that we can complete on the material plane?
Well, here's the thing. Since this has been a request of a formal allegiance, as it were, between the Silver Dawn Inquisition and myself, in the form of an exchange of a Holy Avenger for a task to be completed at a later date, I am willing to allow you all to choose the location of your job, so that if it happens to coincide with any areas you were previously going, it is more beneficial for you. I may be a monster, but I'm not a monster.
Well, team, we have other jobs with the pirates and Clan Heinegal. What's the one with the where's the one with the pirates located?
I'm looking at my notes now.
Because I do know of one place on the Astral Sea that we are eventually going to.
The
Oh,
only
I
thing
have-
I'm thinking about is the irony of a vampire, working with the Silver Dawn, considering a lot of monsters are weak to silver.
And the sun.
I'm not.
Weak to the sun.
I mean,
Also-
either.
But Dawn. Okay.
Either.
Ah, neat.
Huh.
Paula kind of raises her hand. So, assuming you're not weak to silver or sun, I'm assuming the effects of the Holy Avenger have no effect on you either. And that's
Oh no, though that'll work.
I don't plan on using it against you or anything. I was just
Yes, no, of course. Because I do still qualify as undead. I just have formulated a means of which the sun can no longer hurt me, as well as I'm not susceptible to a few of the other annoying tidbits. For example, I don't need to be invited in, which is kind of a stupid thing anyway. Running water does halt my regeneration, but it does not dissolve my skin as acid would. Same with sunlight. I do not regenerate in the sun, so if I am struck or wounded, I will still bleed and burn. And additionally, radiant damage I am not vulnerable to, but any effects that specifically trigger radiant damage based off of proximity to undead will still work on me.
You must really like us if you're telling us this.
Oh, I don't expect any of you to be able to ever kill me.
Yeah, I was about to say this is more confidence than
See,
fondness.
I like challenges, and you're really giving me one.
For frame of reference, young Rando, he looks over at Merrick. His father's entire guild tried to kill me a couple of years ago. And suffice it to say that their numbers now are reflective of my aggression that they decided to trigger.
That's why their numbers are kind of smaller than I thought.
They used to number in the hundreds.
Nice. I mean,
so
not nice,
you're
but...
the one that I heard about.
I am not a man to be fucked with idly, Mr. Gilder. I am giving you the benefit of the doubt of your reputation for compromise when it comes to the nature of your compatriots and alliances.
No, I'm impressed. Not a lot of people can handle the paladins.
No, but I'm not most people.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
yeah,
say
you're
this a lot to
badass.
undead. Respect. There's only one other undead I actually respect.
That's
I mean it
highly
begrudgingly.
offensive.
No, I mean that's a compliment.
I mean, so you say there's only one other undead you respect. So you're saying that when your compatriot Avok was undead, you didn't respect him?
He
We
said
are
one
the-
other.
Yeah, but he's not currently undead anymore. He's just dead.
Yeah.
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 You know what? I'll give you that one.
When he was undead at the time, I respected him.
Okay, good save.
Damn.
So Owen and I were about to have a
We're
conversation.
gonna step back here a
Yeah.
couple. So, I did think of something that if you could help me with, that'd be awesome.
Entirely dependent on what you can help me with, but sure.
Whatever we can do, I'm more than fine with doing. I'm actually looking for the power of a primordial. You wouldn't happen to know any, would you? Looking for a being from this.
I'm aware of what a primordial is, and if you're asking for one here, I know exactly what you're looking for.
You don't sound too excited about that.
Are you sure this is what you want? Because let me put it this way, you've dealt with primordials in the past, yes. They are fickle spirits. Some test your resolve through aggression, others through wit, through determination, and some just by whether or not they are amused with you. You've already gained the blessing of 5 primordials. Your primordial of light is... of the blessings you've probably received in your life, since you are not, I would say, consciously aware of it, to gain the blessing of a primordial of light, it is something that is incredibly difficult to do, but with someone who is pure of heart and determined in their cause, it is not impossible. If anything, it is much easier to gain. A primordial of darkness will test your resolve, but not in ways you expect. They are beings of pure shadow. They exist in an antithesis of light. Your very presence, in some cases, depending on the values you carry. And he looks over at Tala and Merrick specifically when he says this, are considered an affront to them, and they would just as easily kill you than listen to what you have to say. He looks at Tala with your angelic bearing and your radiance, your conviction and positivity in the face of certain stimuli. The primordial would see you as a light most nauseous and worthy of damnation. It would destroy you before it would bargain with you. And you, he turns to Merrick, your drive for justice, your hunger for equality, your mercy and compassion would be seen as a flock of small lights, but enough that would build and rally and become chaotic. It would seek...
when James mentions Merrick's mercy, he has a moment where he sort of looks slightly ashamed of himself in light of recent events.
Yeah. He looks at you and he goes, it would seek not to destroy you as it would Tala. It would seek to break you. To turn everything you hold and respect and love dear into sick perversions of what they were in a hope of completely draining you of all light and hope you hold. He turns to Rando. That is what you will face. That is the enemy that you are choosing. Are you understanding what you ask?
I do. And I don't care the cost. I do care of the cost, actually. That's actually very much of a lie.
Yeah, I was about to say, you all are literally taking a job from me to get a Holy Avenger.
Yeah. Let me say this as very carefully as I can. I have done nothing but give my life for this team. And I am dedicated to the cause that Merrick has. If giving up another piece of myself means that I can get one step closer to true balance and harmony in all of the planes, I will take that step.
Very well. I can give you the location of what you seek, only because I do not expect you to survive.
And my assumption on this is I need to do this alone.
No, you are free to bring your compatriots with you. I just want you to understand that by bringing them with you, you open them to danger as well.
I would gladly walk with you, Rando.
As would I.
I understand that, but I can't risk you guys being endangered.
Rando,
Especially with our current situation.
we're with you to the end of the line. No what?
Thanks, guys.
I'm still debating.
That's fair.
James.
I'm sorry, I never thought it would come to all this when I asked for a Holy Avenger.
Speaking of, Merrick tosses James a coin to take a look at. That coin, it's connected to a place in the Astral Sea. Any place? Do you have a job in that general area that needs doing? A place called the Lighthouse.
It seems
Not
like he was
giving it
casting
to
a.
him.
It seems like he was casting a spell on the coin, when you were talking to him, when you threw it to him and like investigating it. The second you say the lighthouse, he ceases the like action of what he was doing, and just goes, "No, not in that domain." And he flips the coin back over to you. He goes, "Most because that is a one-way ticket. The lighthouse is a very exclusionary place, and it exists for one sole purpose, of which I have not yet been privy to, so I have no agents within the lighthouse or in the surrounding area that would be able to provide jobs for you. Additionally," he looks at the coin, he goes, "as I said, that's a one-way ticket. It will take you to the lighthouse. It will take you to its exact location and coordinates in the Astral Sea, with 0 chance of inaccuracy. It will bring you to the doorstep. So there will be no travel through the astral sea to get to this place. It will be instantaneous.
You seem almost cautious of this place.
I'm cautious of all things that I don't fully understand yet. Especially things that can keep me out.
Right. In that case, for the Holy Avenger, Carnival.
Oh, I've got tons of jobs there. And he just pulls. You just watch as he moves his hand through the air, and you watch almost as these little blood red strings of arcane energy begin to kind of like emanate from his fingertips, and as he draws upon them, almost like moving across one's hands across a harp, the orbs in the air begin to shift and change before one of them, in the dead center, the largest orb of all, shrinks down to the size of like a basketball and floats down to his touch. And as he grips it in his hand, he goes, "Alright, in Kynagal, I have 3 jobs currently active with different clans. It depends on your specific leaning."
Were there anything that doesn't oppose Clan Elgitlan?
I have 2 jobs in the area. You notice that he took away one of the ones he was about to offer you.
And it can't involve killing people. Okay, I have one
job for you.
I have no jobs.
Okay, I have 1 job for you.
Okay, try a different area.
he's like, so I have two jobs available for you. It depends on your inclination for work. One is an assassination, and one is a mission of diplomacy.
What's the assassination one? Just out of curiosity.
Reese of Clan Weird wishes you to go out and assassinate, if I'm reading this correctly, Ruthgar the Unbroken of Clan Bolg.
Do I know Clan Bolg from my talks with Clan Elgitlan?
You are not familiar with Clan Bolg or Clan Weird.
Is that Volg or Bold?
Bolg, B-O-L-G. B as in boy, O as in octagon, L as in Lima, G as in grass. And Clan Weird, W-Y-R-D.
I like how you threw a question mark at the end of grass.
I had to think about how it was spelled. I was going to say golf, and then I said grass, and I just kind of, my brain broke.
Can I get the assassin target one more time? Just for my notes?
Ruthgar the Unbroken. I'll just put it
Proceed to break it.
Okay. And the mission of diplomacy.
1 second.
Right, so basically the plan is send Tala to break this guy.
Just take his legs.
Be right back.
There you go. It's in the NPC chat. And then additionally, the mission of diplomacy is that Clan Ergidlan...
Gallus just left to kill him.
Wishes you to meet with... Let me pull up my notes on this specific arc, because I didn't have it open, because I wasn't expecting this to go this way.
Sorry, I had to get my dog.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I got the
Yep, just give me 1 second.
Looking. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Clan Ergidlan, in the wake of the Conclave of Courts, has requested James to... This was an active request before the Conclave. Actually, let me change that. Has requested James' assistance in a diplomatic mission meeting with Camilla LeFay. She arrived with James Blackhand and Clan Orgos, but she is currently serving as an advisor to Clan Sylphane.
Right. So if this diplomatic mission involves someone who's with James Blackhand, we don't know if we can necessarily complete that without it ending in blood.
Well, she arrived with him and Clan Orgoth when it came to like the actual announcement that they would be putting their candidacy in for Conclave or for High King. But she serves as the advisor for Clan Sylphane.
Sylphane. And Clan Sylphane is not one of the ones Clan Ilgatlan is fighting, correct?
They are, but for the longest time, Clan Sylphane has been neutral to them. So they've actually been diplomatic and friendly, so this is a sudden kind of shift.
Okay, so it's not impossible.
Yep.
Okay. Would you guys feel more inclined to Camilla LeFay or Uthgar the Unbroken, or do we want to be fantastic and say yes to both?
Commander, since this is an item for my personal...
Out of character, I'm asking that. Yes, Hawk, sorry for interrupting.
Oh no, so Tala basically would be, this is out of character, Tala would be a little uncomfortable taking an assassination gig if she doesn't know anything about the guy just to get a sword.
Holy Avenger at that.
Yeah, it's a little counterintuitive.
Would be a bad taste. Yeah.
And I just got back from the restroom. The other mission is just a diplomacy mission?
Yeah, diplomacy mission to meet with Camilla LeFay on behalf of Clan Ergitlan. They wish to meet with her. She currently works as an advisor to Clan Sylphane, which is, and she arrived with James Blackhand. So
And the mission is only to meet. It's not like they're looking for a particular outcome.
Yeah, correct. Which we can work with that when we get there. That being said, Clan Sylphane wasn't hostile towards Irkutland before. They were neutral, so this sun shift is weird, but it sounds like it's something we can turn the tide on.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'll be more okay with that one.
Yeah, that one feels much more achievable and preferable for the long run than just a cool assassination job or, say, a fun combat encounter. You know what I mean?
Also, it's much more in line with, like Hawk said, with how Tala would not feel as comfortable just doing a hit job for a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take the diplomatic mission.
He's in the bathroom right now.
Merrick's talking to the blue screen, James.
We just take the sword. We just hit him beside the head and take the sword.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
we don't have to hit him upside the head. Just take the sword.
Yeah, that's how D&D works. It's like college.
Yeah, just grab the sword, grab the staff, grab the deck of many things, and we're out.
It's like college. If the DM isn't there within the first 15 minutes, we win D&D.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Starting timer now. Let's go.
Okay, Gallus is going to use a 8th level spell slot to cast Gate to get us out of here. Let's do this, guys.
All right, I pull up my AR-15 and I'm gonna shoot the wizard.
Of course.
Wait,
Which
what?
one?
Wait, what?
It's okay. Merrick has
Yes.
his thoracic plate. Merrick has his thoracic plate armor and like 6 flame tongues. We got this. I'm winning 3 of them Zorro style.
Or
It's okay. I'm wearing my ring of trapit resistance.
Walker's gonna look back at this part and be like, "What the fuck happened while I was gone?"
And we blink, and then boom, Trappett's here. It's like, it's okay, guys. I'm a good guy. I'm with you.
Surprise, motherfucker!
All right, I am back.
Okay, well, if that's the case, what happened to
Hey,
Ava?
so we killed a Tarrasque while you were gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we also came to the conclusion that it's like college. If the professor isn't here within the first 15 minutes, we win D&D.
Yeah, we also decided to do both jobs, and we went and completed both jobs, so we should probably get paid.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that totally happened.
Uh-huh. Of course.
You can go back
So,
to
what,
the
so what did
never-
y'all actually decide on for the job?
The diplomacy mission.
Diplomacy,
Tala didn't feel like taking a hit job for a assassination, doing the hit job in exchange for a Holy Avenger, so...
Agreed.
All right. Well, then here's what I'll go ahead and do. Just because it serves my purpose. He once again draws his hands across it, and the orb floats back up. And you watch as he claps his hands twice. And you hear the sound of like chittering and claws against cobblestone before Damien crawls down from some pillar in the ceiling. He's like, "Master has summoned Damien for a relic," and he goes, "Yes, I require you to fetch me one of my grab me the Holy Avenger." And it is like, "Master wishes Damien to carry the most lethal of blades, one that could end his life in but a moment. Oh, Master trusts Damien so." And he's like, "Well, you can't wield it, you fucking idiot. Go get my sword." Damien's like, "Oh, Master shall be pleased." And he just scurries back up the ceiling. He's like,
What kind of creature is Damien again?
he's a rock gnome that's been turned into a vampire.
Beautiful.
I'm so tempted to give him a sock.
That's rough.
Yeah, so a couple minutes pass, and he comes back with the Holy Avenger. And James hands it to you, and he goes, "Look, here you go. Now, obviously, every reset, I will need to get it back to you, but it's not going to take any time for it to get to you. Suffice it to say, for the remainder that you are here in the Plane of Shadows, you will have the ability to use the Holy Avenger. When you all finish your mission and leave, I will expect that back, and when you complete your mission in Kynagal, I will return it to you at that time.
Of course, sir.
Now, personal favor. Damien! And he's like, "Yes, master!" And he goes, bring me my magic mirror and mannequin 457. He goes, "Yes, master." And you a couple minutes pass, and you watch as a mannequin kind of like floats up from the ground on kind of like a basically like a hole in the ground opens up, and a mannequin kind of goes up on like an elevator. And then a few more minutes pass, and you just hear the sound of scraping metal being dragged across stone as Damien drags this fucking full frame like mirror up the stairs into the ballroom.
Paula moves to go help him.
He goes, "No, don't help him. He can do it." "Yes, Damien enjoys the pain." Yeah, just he's a freak.
Sure.
Just let him do. Just leave him be.
Okay.
And he drags the mirror, and he goes, "Now, like I said, I did make a promise. And I intend to hold it up. You said you wanted to kick Trappett in the nads.
I mean, that would be. I mean, that's kind of a long-term goal.
Oh,
He kind of hurts the life of someone I care about. And apparently I'm not alone in this group in that regard.
gotcha. Well, he looks at Damien, and he goes, "I guess put the mirror back and send the mannequin away." And he's like, "Huh."
Wait.
But, Master, that is another 5 flights of stairs. Are you complaining, Damien? No, Master! Damien can do it! Damien is your most trusted confidant. And he starts crying, and he's like, Damien, just... Jesus.
Since he brought it up here, I'll still take the free kick.
I mean, I was good.
However it worked.
Oh, I did. I was good. I mean, okay. So Mannequin 457 is fantastic, and the magic mirror. Oh, let me show you how this works.
Bring it back down the stairs. She's going to do it.
Damien, she'll pull it back up.
Oh God!
As you just.
Okay, now we just have to talk Tal out of it again by the time he gets back.
He's like,
Kala's just frantic, like, just does not know what to do at this point.
The little guy was quick.
I've brought the mirror back, Master. Oh, well, they said she doesn't want it again. Is he... Is this just...
Come back, Damien. I'll be using the mirror. Don't.
As he stops, like, before getting up the door, just... Finally brings it back over to you, and he goes, Damien is of use! It just... immediately fucking hits the floor.
Oh God! I killed him!
It's fine.
I just put my hand on Tal. You killed the vampire. Well done.
I mean, in all honesty, he'll come back.
He's like, he's not dead.
I didn't think vampires could get exhausted.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Anyway, so here's how Mannequin 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's how the mannequin works, right? So, I turn to my magic mirror, and he turns to the magic mirror, and he goes, and I go, Mirror, mirror, I request you show me, and he thinks for a second, he goes, show me... And it seems like he's thinking really hard on this when he goes, ooh, that's a good one. Show me Gareth Vysan. And you watch as the mirror actually begins to shift and materialize, the actual mirror image changing. And you see Gareth Vysan sitting at his desk in the Platinum City, high within the citadels of the Platinum Watch, scribbling down some notes, and signing some missives, and just kind of like talking inaudibly. Like the mirror doesn't mimic audio, you just see visual. And you watch as he's like fast at work. And then he goes, all right, Mannequin 457, and the mannequin snaps to attention, and you watch it salute him. He goes, assume possession, Gareth Vysan. And it nods, and you watch as the mannequin forms a face that is Gareth's face right now as he's writing his notes and missives. And you watch as James takes a couple steps back, and then takes a full vampiric sprint towards the mannequin before driving his foot into its nether regions. And you watch as Gareth visibly goes up 6 inches, like, in his chair before falling out of it, and is just gripping, like, his nads, like, and you see him just, like, not screaming, but just wincing in pain. And the mannequin goes down to the floor in the same position that Gareth is in. And James will be like, that'll teach you to try and lead your forces here, you bitch.
You know,
Oh my God, Avox Ghost kicked him in the nuts.
he probably had that coming.
This is amazing.
Yep. I mean, obviously you could do it for various other things outside of just, you know, physical blunt harm. It does not do lethal. I have tried. But the experiment is a great success. If you ever just get bored and you want to you know, hoof someone in the nads. It's a great way to just spend your time. Additionally, you can just fuck with people. I've literally, well, I shouldn't admit to that. But then this one time
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I shouldn't admit to that either.
It's fine.
So the mannequin just mimics sensation, and of course it can do blunt force, but never enough to actually kill or maim. So, like, if you punch it in the ribs as hard as you can, like, it will give the sensation of being punched in the ribs, but if you, as a person, he looks at Gallus, could physically shatter someone's rib cage with a punch, it will not mimic that. It will basically give them the lightest damage of your punch. The sensation of just being hit in the chest.
That is both amazing and terrifying.
Oh, yeah, I mean, do you want to... He goes, Mirror, mirror, show us the visage of Trappet Dosselin. Sorry, and he does Trappet's full name. And you see an image of Trappet materializes. He seems to be talking with a younger man in kind of like traveling leathers and a cloak as they stand outside this like, you now get to see what the Grey Wall looks like from the outside as you see a massive fucking hurricane just ripping apart the landscape in a solitary, stationary, like, form. As the area around, like, in Cragseat, like, you see the crackles of arcane energy, like, powerful lightning and waves of, like, arcane miasma begin to sweep across. Like, they're in kind of a shielded area, so they're not getting hit with some of the wild conditions, but yeah, he's just standing there talking, and he goes, Mannequin, assume the form of Trappet Dosselin, and it does its little salute, and it's there, and he goes, alright, I mean, like, if you want to, like, hoof away, like, obviously in person you'll be able to put some much more oomph into it, but I think this is a therapy in its own right. I think I'm doing a service here.
Allow me.
Todd looks right. Do you mind if I throw kind of what he did to my mom?
Fair. Go ahead. Yeah, all you.
All right, because this is literally why I left home.
No, go ahead.
So.
Wait.
By the way,
By
the way, make an unskilled strength check for this.
Okay, I was actually about to ask, can I put a smite in this?
No. Like I said, in person will be more visceral, but for now, this is just literally how hard can you bash his nuts without killing
It's
him.
a strength machine at the carnival.
Yeah. So this is just well, I mean, those are always rigged anyway.
Yeah, fair.
So just a strength check.
Unskilled strength check, yes.
If Tal used her sword, would he be able to add his mod or proficiency or something?
Nope.
Okay, because I was going.
Again, no lethal damage.
So
Yeah,
that
I was going to mention something else.
so that will be a 24. Nothing plus my modifier.
Much like Gareth in the Platinum City, you describe to me how you bash this mannequin's nuts.
So Tala takes a deep breath, puts her sword and her shield down, does a few stretches, rears back, and gives it everything she's got with her right foot. She's running, trying to punt this fucker.
So as you watch as Tala basically, like, does some stretches, puts down her weaponry, you know, gets limber, and then takes, like, the fucking sprinter at the, like, meter dash fucking stance before full Usain bolting and then punting like a like a football player into this mannequin's nethers.
Right through, a field goal kick right through the uprights.
And you watch as Trappet goes airborne.
This is Hawk beating the crap out of Hawk.
Not like intense.
This is therapy.
But
Hawk on Hawk action.
But you watch as Trappet essentially, like, goes a foot in the air, and then, like, comes down You know what? This is Hawk on Hawk action. Hawk, make me an acrobatics check for how Trap It lands. You can choose to fail this, but I will let you know you will be role-playing Trap It for the sensation of being kicked in the nuts.
Oh, that's fun. I haven't done Trap It in a long time. Hold on 1 sec. Pull the other sheet.
Hey, we
Which,
can
by
use
the
this
way,
to
is
finally
like
find
four
out where the fuck Alpha is.
It's like 3 or 4 levels lower now.
Oh my god, we can find Alpha!
Wait, what?
We can find Alpha with this thing!
Yeah, the magic mirror finds
that
anybody.
is-
If
Oh
you
my
don't
god!
Plot twist. He's at the lighthouse.
That is a 15 on his acrobatics.
Yeah, so he falls down and lands on his knees. He doesn't like scuff him, but he doesn't fall like face down in the dirt. But yeah, as this is gonna be interesting for me because I'm not gonna reveal too much. This will be like a 2-second scene. Hawk.
Yes.
As Trappin is talking to William outside the gray wall on the continent of Cragseat, he gets almost the sensation that he's being watched, but as, you know, he looks around, he doesn't see any scrying orbs or any, like, because normally with scry, there's, like, an invisible sensor and things like that that he'd be able to detect. He doesn't see anything like that, so he just kind of lets it go. And then not, but maybe, like, 10 seconds later, the most intense pain shoots through his nethers as he basically feels like he has gotten full punted in the dick. You land on your knees and then like are there just cradling your bits.
Can I make a deception check to hide how much pain he's in?
You can make a deception check, but this is gonna like. I'll say this: you can make a deception check for what you say. With your with his passive insight, William 100% knows. Like, you just shot up a foot in the air and fell down on your knees and are gripping your nads. Like, he understands what has just happened to you. And he has drawn his weapon. Like, he's looking around. Like, he's... But, like you, doesn't see any invisible, things and is just very confused. So, yeah, you can make a deception check for how much pain you're in, but... By the way, for Tal and everyone else, you already know that the mirror doesn't record audio, so if you want to leave out what Trappet says, you can, but if you want to say something knowing full well that the rest of the party can't hear you, you can say that.
Miss a trap dice.
Yeah.
34.
Yeah, you
as much pain as he's in.
you are masking the fact that you are in pain very well. Like that, like obviously, like
This is one of those masculinity things, you know. He's just like, no, how much it hurts in front of the homicidal maniac.
it's just like a single tear begins to work its way out, and you're like, nope, and it just
Just force that tear back in.
This is literally Trevor right now.
Appears we may be under some form. No, that ain't right. It appears we may be under some form of psychic attack. That or another ex-girlfriend has found another spell to do something a little uncouth. Considering the target that was sought. Or it could be the vindictive bitch who runs this city.
he
Man, it's a good thing I can't hear that.
yeah. So William just kind of like grunts in approval, and we'll return to the party as you watch as Trappet like buckles, but like and there's a clear like wince of like pain, like it's
Trapper's going to flip off the air above him.
it's present that he is like been hit pretty hard, but he's doing a good job of like masking the depth of his pain as he flips off the air.
We're being watched.
By the way, Walker.
He would for that.
This is something Yuzo would definitely have been doing, considering where the fuck they are. Is there any way I could attempt to like read their lips?
You can attempt it. I will say that given
Can I at least read the vindictive bitch?
Make a perception check.
Because that's the part that's funny here.
Again, Trapit is going to flip off
perception?
the air.
I just want to make it very clear. Rando's next. And I have some plans.
Merrick wants to go next.
I think we all have plans. Perception, you said?
Yeah.
That would be, what is my perception? Not very good, that's a 12.
Yeah, that does not beat Trapit's 34.
Oh yeah, I stood no chance, I only have a +3.
I was mainly doing that 34 against Edward, dude. But, you know.
Oh, no, I know, but Edward's not there.
Or whoever was.
William was there.
William, sorry, William, I mean.
He's your son.
Yeah.
Mr. Hargrove, how is this palace of yours against scrying and other forms of divination?
Oh, it doesn't happen.
So it blocks all forms of people who would attempt to see into it.
Yeah, well, so I got bored a few years back, and, decided to spice things. Initially, it just blocked it, like, it would rebound, the scry, and then for a few years I decided, and then after someone, attempted to break my warding through a new form of divination spell, I implanted a means of which that it would psychically attack back at them, so if they tried to scry or break my wards, it would deal psychic damage to them. But then I found that the longest lasting form of damage is psychological trauma, so I just decided to fuck with people a few years back and made it so that anyone who tries to scry on this sees something they really wish they didn't.
I'm very curious what you have.
Yuza fights the urge to scry.
I mean, it depends on the person. Like, every person's different, so every form of trauma that they would see would be different.
Oh.
The Catholic Megachurch channel.
Anyway, if you don't mind, I would like to go next.
Oh, yeah, did you just want to keep it on Trapit, or is there someone else you had in? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling out a dice here.
The mannequin.
So I specifically have a what I call the boss dice, which when I'm being the villain, I roll very high on.
I thought this was just gonna be one of those comical inflated dice.
And that's a 19 so far.
The dice itself has a villain mustache.
Oh, and this is athletics. I'm pretty sure that's not very high.
It's not athletics. It is an unskilled strength check, so you'd add just your strength modifier.
Yep, and yeah, so that's just a ghetto 20.
Same place, or you
Oh
mix it?
no. So Rando backs up about the same spot where we started this. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And then here's how this is gonna go. Running start, takes off, and since I'm an elf, I'm a little quicker. And I just full on punch in the face and hit to the face and then punch down as I keep moving forward.
Okay, Trapit, you get the sensation that you have been belted in the face like a bar fight.
Is there anything Trapit can do to resist this?
No, there is not. But you're not taking damage. You're not taking damage.
No!
What'd you say?
I said he could die. I'd get out of it.
I mean, that's not... No, that's not the purpose of the mirror. So yeah, like, it's a sensation of pain. You are not taking, like, actual points of damage from this. But yeah.
This is rather irritating. The development.
At this, William begins to sketch a ward in the ground, and you all watch as the mirror goes staticky, and James just goes, well, he hasn't really stopped my connection to the mannequin, but now we can't see what's happening, so now all the fun is gone. I mean, we can line up other people.
No,
I
it's
mean,
worth it. Thank you.
Yeah. Merrick walks up to the mirror next. Champion of Chord, Maxine Eileen.
Oh.
James just looks at you and he goes, kind of a freak, aren't you?
You're gonna kick her.
As the mirror shifts and changes, as we see Maxine in her father's living room.
He's home.
Merrick gives a faint smile and just looks at her for a little bit. That's all I needed. Thank you.
He seems okay.
Alpha Dawn Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, him.
Paddle's just confused.
Yeah.
Cool.
How does Gallus even know this?
Merrick was about to ask, like, how do you know about him?
Eyes of Truth.
Wait. You know about him?
Like your butler or something, Rando?
Gallus just looks at Merrick. Dragon, sorry.
I don't know what that means.
Dragon.
Yes.
Merrick knows what that means.
You watch as the image shifts and changes again. As oh my god, that's right, my percentile roll. Going back to my notes. Okay, what did this percentile mean?
Means the mirror shatters because Alpha's now one with the Maul.
Okay. You watch as the image shifts and changes, moving. It seems to shift and alter a few times, as if it can't get a lock on its target, before finally it settles on an image. You see a dwarf face down in the snow.
What a weird place to sleep.
Yeah, that's Alpha.
Avok, you weren't to it.
Ava.
Ava. Gallus.
Oh my
sorry.
god, it's I'm free of my curse.
Gallus. Sorry. Gallus, you... I'm assuming you weren't attached to that, were you? Or Rando? Merrick?
I mean, I knew him.
We didn't know him very well, but he helped us out a little bit.
Yeah.
He's-
You remember my
He was fun. He was
adopted
good.
brother Ari?
Yes.
He was there for that fight.
Oh.
He wasn't smart, but he was strong.
Yeah, he'd like speak. I don't know. What was it? 3 syllables?
Honestly, he inspired me to get stronger.
Paddle looks back at the frozen corpse in the snow.
Well, I never
Oh,
said
he-
it was
he
a
straight
corpse.
You know, like she has no idea this guy's alive. She just sees frozen thing face down in snow.
You just see a
Use
dwarf
it.
face down in the snow. It's not frozen.
User, can you send a message? Nick, can you send like a sending spell at Alpha?
Well, we don't know if we can actually send. We can't send out right
Oh
now.
yeah. Also, we'll slow down on like a record.
Which he might be dumb enough to understand.
So
Also, keep in mind, there's a chance that will just loop endlessly in his mind.
which could drive
I
him to the
think-
brink of insanity. Anyway,
It might break the curse of the hex.
I will say this:
We don't-
What curse?
the only people who will be able to do this are Merrick and Rando. Roll me a perception check with advantage.
They're the only two that I ever actually
God
interact with him.
damn! Today's my night for rolling.
Hot damn.
Perception?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
All right.
You probably got
this
higher
will-
than me. What did you get, Zach?
I'm waiting for it. I think I know what was. I think I know
Nat
what's
20.
coming.
Let's see that nat 20.
Not quite.
1,000. What?
69.
Nice.
Woo!
Damn, man.
I rolled a 19 and an 18.
Okay, so
Thank you, boss
for Merrick, wait, you rolled with advantage, right?
Yeah, that was advantage. I got a 2 and a 13.
Bro.
You know what? Merrick,
Well, I can guide myself.
Do you want to waste it?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
all right. With a 20, yeah, he's dead.
Oh man.
His skin has turned a paler color, and you can see bits of frostbite that are beginning to set in with rigor mortis. So he is dead.
That's sad.
Zach, with a 28, you notice that there is one key thing that is missing from his person.
Is it the axe?
It's the axe.
Hey, Merrick,
Yeah.
where's his axe?
Oh yeah, the one with the ice elemental.
Chill.
Oh, the ice elemental.
The
Oh,
one with the what now?
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Gallus, Alpha's axe kind of ate an ice elemental. It was a weird thing.
Axes are known to do that.
What?
I know, I'm a wizard.
Gallus, shut up.
Paula starts flipping through to see if she knows any fire
Yuza
spells.
is highly offended by that insinuation.
Yuza, can you teach me fireball? I don't like cold.
I actually don't think I have that. I didn't give Yuza a lot of offense.
I don't have anything.
No, I don't have fireball.
I mean, Merrick has Trappic's old calling card, Scorching Ray. Light Domain.
Anyway,
Nice.
Yeah.
so yeah, that is missing.
But wait a second. Wait. With the mannequin, if we res the mannequin,
It wouldn't work.
Nope. Would not work.
there.
Put a lot of thought into this mannequin.
Alpha is gone. We have closure on that. We've
What are you talking about,
nice
guys?
that we do.
What are you talking about, guys? I know. I'm familiar with this location now. We can literally teleport to him.
Well,
my
we'll have
God.
that later. We can't do that right now, but we can bring back Vex's army of backup characters.
You mean Vex's party?
It's
I would
three
totally be
characters.
fine
It's
playing
only
Alpha.
three. It's not quite a party
For now.
yet. I
With,
got one
hold
more.
on. With a robot, with an eagle, with
Okay,
a sentient
okay.
axe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a 6-man party right there.
Well, the axe didn't really do anything on its own.
That we know of.
Yeah,
It
it
could've
could totally be
changed.
talking to him the whole time.
Oh, it's definitely talking to him the whole time.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, that was something that
I'll
did
play.
happen.
Look, if we have to, I'll play the axe.
look, Vex's army of characters is actually the main boss at the very end of the campaign.
I was expecting Alpha to be part of it, if not mind controlled. I just found this wandering dwarf with this amazing axe.
Oh god, I know
But
what's
yeah.
gonna happen. Tala goes to a pawn shop, just buys an old looking axe and gets possessed.
Oh, no,
Potentially.
it didn't possess him. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't possess
Merrick
him.
sort of scratches his chin about the after Rando mentions the axe. That's a thing we'll contend with later.
You know, I've already dealt with a lot of stuff. I probably could handle that.
That
Probably.
is probably a thing that should be retrieved.
Commander,
Yeah.
was this one of the things that was dropped on you?
No, houses are. The axe never hit me.
Oh, okay. I thought.
No. The house was also slightly my doing.
Conjure house.
Believe it or not, I actually tried to get a scroll during our break from each other, Rando, where I tried to have R&D develop a scroll of house that would land on me as like a last-ditch suicide bomber move. But the argument was that they had all these logistical problems with it. They were like, it doesn't make any sense. No, why are you in my house?
Also, it would kill you.
Oh my god, I love it.
Also, Rando, can I speak with you privately for a moment?
Okay, give me a second.
Good.
I'm crying. I am
was-
crying.
Yeah, I was really hoping the last line of that would have been. No, damn it, I lost it. No, come back.
Okay,
You're so funny.
I'm
come back.
composed. Yeah, sure.
Just steps away from the group for a bit. Probably, if possible, even to a different room.
What? Whatever works for you.
I guess that was too much for them.
What what? What you said before about Merrick's mission and all that.
Yeah.
I haven't been fair to you, Rando. He's really struggling to find the right words. I've been lying to you.
I mean, it's perfectly fine. I got a lot of people doing that. So.
It's not fine. My name is not Gallus Mogolis. Before we went to the Feywild together, I had never gone before.
Wait. You've never been to the Feywild?
Not until we went together. We met once before. And I've wronged you, and I'm very sorry, and I cannot keep up this lie anymore.
I'm really confused. Who are you to me?
Avok.
Okay, that's
I
that,
grab it.
What?
I hold your hand out.
what?
The first thing I said to you when you called me out of the well was, "That is mine." When I took back my badge.
No. No. Stop fucking with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
No. We buried you.
It's complicated what happened.
No, you're. Avok is dead. Trapit killed him. If you're Avok, no, that doesn't make sense.
I was scared of Eclipse. I was scared that there was nothing I could do to learn about them without hurting Rita.
So what, you like somehow died and used like some kind of like resurrection? Did you guys?
Rapid and I talked it over.
You want to run that by me again?
Back when I was still a ghost, we were in a fight and we killed a Dragonborn.
Yeah.
We had his corpse in the bag of holding. We orchestrated that fight. I did not want to lie to you anymore.
Do you know the lengths I went to bring you back?
No.
2 years! I studied dark magic with Malcolm for 2 years! Trying to find a way to bring your soul back so I could get you a body. I literally left the continent to track down Malcolm. Hey, what the hell were you doing in those 2 years?
I infiltrated the Arts of Truth, won their trust so that I could. So that I could infiltrate them, learn about Eclipse, do what I could to even the playing field. And I'll be honest, I did some good, but I do not think this was worth it. I regret every single day that I was lying to you all. Every day I was lying to you, to Rita.
So it was just you and Trap that you made this plan.
I wasn't supposed to tell you like this.
There's something you're not telling me.
I don't know how to...
The Avok I knew would not have kept secrets from me.
The Avok you knew was terrified. Eclipse orchestrated my death. They orchestrated the deaths of the woman I love and my closest friends. They convinced one of them to betray me. I was terrified that they were going to hurt Rita again. I was terrified they would hurt everybody. I admit it was a terrible decision made in cowardice. And that's why I just can't hold it back anymore. I understand that you may never forgive me, and I understand that I do not deserve it. I just can't. You're too good for this. You're too good for me to not tell you the truth. Because
Avok, look me in the eyes. Were you the only two that knew about this?
No.
Who else? Who else knew?
He was against it from the start. He didn't want us to do it, but he was my only way back onto the team. We told Merrick.
You... You... All of you... kept this from me?
At the time, we didn't know Lensworth. We didn't know him well enough. And by your own admission, you were bad at lying, and we were concerned that... we have wronged you. And I want to make it up. I want to make it up to you. Even if it takes the rest of my life.
You have done so many things. I trusted Ava. I've trusted Gallus. But it turns out that entire thing was a lie. You, Merrick, trap it. Everything I was led to believe by you guys was a lie. You are the Silver Dawn Inquisition. You're supposed to be better. You guys led me to believe everything about your organization's better, but now you're basically just as bad as them. You do realize this, right? Fighting fire with fire does not stop. You just create more chaos.
And that's why I wanted to come clean. Rapid he's a spy. That's why I had to stay dead for 2 years. It had to be believable. I changed my whole race. This was not easy.
So what, was this like a polymorph or something?
The materials I was looking for when we were in the valley, they were to a potion.
I'm assuming it's permanent?
I have one that can change me back to a Goliath once Trapid is extracted.
So let me get this straight. You seeing me punch my own dad, that jogged your conscience about this whole thing?
No, because he deserved that, and I deserve it too. I deserve twice what you did to him. It was when you said that everything about the Primordial. I've been wanting to tell you for 2 years. And I've missed you. I've missed Rita. Before we did this plan, was terrified. I was small. I'm tall, but Eclipse makes me feel so small. I realized that this is where it starts. The way Eclipse goes. Unless there's people like you who hold us accountable, who remind us when we're losing our way. I needed to stop. I couldn't do it anymore. I'm sorry that I even did it.
Well, here's step one. Forgive yourself and get over it. Because I need you to have a clear conscience, and right now, I don't have the good state of mind to keep myself in the same room as you at the moment. So, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back in the same room. And I'm gonna go right up to James.
How much of that do we hear?
Yeah.
So they left the room. So I would say that with Tala and Merrick, you're able to hear the extent of the conversation. For now, y'all would have had to leave the room to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Tala, I would say that even with your armor, 17 stealth, like you move pretty gracefully around the room to kind of get above where they are. Merrick, I would say that just with your own stealth, this isn't hard. Now obviously with your stealth, like it's not like you just fucking fell over the hand railing in the midst of this emotionally charged moment, but I will say that when you push the door open, like you pushed a little too forcefully and it creaked loud enough for you to hear, and you know they heard it too. But you still went out to the railing and listened in. I'll say that as Rando ends the conversation and begins to head back into the room with James, you all can make the decision whether or not you re-enter that room or whether you vacate the area.
Ala's just gonna look to Merrick for a moment before leaving. So, Commander, is that true?
Merrick lets his silence speak for him, as he just looks ashamed.
Ala is going to punch him. But instead of actually doing a full forceful punch, just kind of taps his right shoulder, just kind of lingers for a second, then she just sighs and walks away.
So it's like the wind-up is the full extent to punch, and then like it just hesitates right before moment of contact and just like reins back in.
No, she just kind of like
no,
shoulder, just kind of not a full punch, but
no, I understand.
Like
I'm saying like literally right before point of contact, like right before you slam into his shoulder. Like it's not that you stop and don't punch him, it's that like like when you are basically like building like inertia and momentum, and you like have to cut back, and like there's that ripple of muscle that goes through your arm, like as you. That's what I'm saying is like it's that pullback, like that deceleration, as like. I would assume that you went into this like going to full belt and then decided to instead lean back and not hit him full force, but you still hit him enough to get your point across.
She just starts leaving. She goes, "You're my commanding officer. I will not strike you, but I am going to go hug my brother."
Do that.
We'll have a talk later, Commander.
So
About several things.
From down the hall, they eventually hear as Merrick just punches the wall.
Tala's going for Rando.
Okay, Rando, you're approaching James. Use it,
Yep.
by the way, you didn't put in anything, like, were you just in the room with James the whole time and just, like, decided not to eavesdrop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this wasn't my business.
Mm-hmm.
I had no emotional connection to any of that.
Yeah, so, Rando, you approach James as, I assume that he's just kind of, like, explaining to Yuza how his apparatus works. Because I assume that wizard like her, she'd be interested.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, this is the most complex, like, divination magic you've probably seen. And you lived in a fucking illusion tower, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rando, you approach James.
Although I did have someone I wanted to look at while they were gone. Everyone's talked about him so much, it's honestly... It's piqued her interest enough that she's just gonna try and use this to find him. She wants to look in on Avot Court. I'm kidding.
Okay. Because that was going to be very interesting.
Let's see Gallus and Rando arguing. Like, this thing's busted.
No, actually. If you I'll also say this because you could choose whether or not you do this scene or not. I'm not going to provide you context on what you will see, but I'll say that like it might not be what you expect.
Well, I mean, I expect to see Gallus and Rando, so... Oh, no, wait. It can't. It can't look inside here.
You don't know if it would or not. Because the
You
mirror
really
has...
warded the place against all divination.
What you want, Spear?
Yeah, but, okay, like, if you're using if you're using
What's
your...
the Wi-Fi password?
If you're using your laptop to, like, tap into a space telescope and then you point it at your house, like... Anyway.
You see space and time.
It's up to you. If you choose not to, then I'm just going to proceed with Rando and James talking.
Yeah, no, I had a different person I wanted to look on, but that can wait a second.
Okay. Rando, you approach James.
All right. I think I'm in the right state of mind. Could you take me to where I need to go? I'm gonna do my quest, and I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid.
Rando, you, where we still have to, I can kill Caius? You know, trapped in a time bubble?
I am well aware, but I can't be in the same area as you guys right now.
You literally cannot leave.
I know of a Shadow Primordial that's in the area, but I do want to stress that the one I was initially talking about was outside the barrier.
Mm-hmm. Fine. What's the one inside the barrier?
A different one. Still powerful, but not as easy to be reasoned with.
I'll take it.
What the hell happened in that room?
Your life. Well, death, if this goes the way it goes.
Yep.
Walker, is Tala able to walk up when he's about to do this?
Yeah, you approach, like, as James says, well, your life, or, well, death.
Rando, please don't do this right now.
I need something to hit.
Well, hit me. I can
Hit
take
the
it.
mannequin. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
I do have a
Hit
mannequin.
the mannequin.
Or hit the person
I
you're
need
mad at.
something
The wall.
that I might need to. Hurting something like that's not gonna do it for me.
And hurt
To
me.
go hurt a primordial.
James, whenever you're ready.
Please don't go, Rando.
I actually turned to James. Please do not help him jeopardize our chances of getting rid of this barrier.
I mean, I'm not going to do anything that would jeopardize it. Look, if he dies, he'll just, next reset, boom, pop
I'll
around.
come back.
But my point is more the fact that, it's the point of a drug dealer to know when an addict is not capable of the next hit. And I think I'm looking at an overdose right now, so I'm going to step out of this one. You settle this amongst yourselves, and if you all can come to a consensus, then we might proceed with the Primordial. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to the business of, breaking the temporal lock around my fucking home.
Rando, I just had a bit of a bombshell too. I don't want to lose you two right now on top of all this. I don't really know who I can trust here at this point. No offense, Yuzo.
None taken, but what the hell happened?
I confessed.
I always knew you had a dark past.
And apparently someone else I trusted is... Well, I don't really want to think about that right now.
Merrick was against it from the start. this is mostly on me and Trappit, I will say.
User, to bring you up to speed.
Please.
Trappit Dosselin is not a traitor to us. He is a double agent working within Eclipse to get us information. He and Avok, Gallus here, faked his death. I was told so that I could get Avok back onto the team after...
Also to ensure that we
did.
didn't just kill Trappit immediately once we saw him. Because that was a real concern.
Yeah, especially now that's not right now.
I mean, you let me join this team knowing I want revenge on him.
You said that you wanted to kick him in the balls. I thought I could. Let's be real. Let's be honest. My judgment has been questionable as of late. And Merrick pulls out a letter from behind his armor. These are my plans for the Inquisition after Eclipse is done. I resign as Inquisitor, and I break up the powers of the Inquisition so no one man controls it. Except in times of absolute crisis, in which case, the powers of Inquisitor are immediately to be bestowed on one Rando Mishorn.
Does he even want this? Especially after what you've done?
I don't know. But I know for a fact that he's the only one trustworthy with power.
No offense, Commander, but if you didn't trust him with this information...
You're right.
This whole time, Rando has been quiet and has not looked in your direction once.
I'm sorry, Rando. I truly am. There's nothing I can say to make things right. I'll do what I can to earn back your trust. I know that I won't get your respect back. I'm terribly sorry. And you're
Let
right.
me make one thing clear. You talked about how Malcolm was a bad guy. At least he was honest about his intentions and what he wanted. As far as I'm concerned, you're worse. Think on that.
Paolo's gonna hug Rando.
And that is when Rando breaks down.
Come on, let's go get some air, Rando.
As you say, let's go get some air, Rando, and begin to lead him.
She's gonna give a withering glare to Merrick.
Yep. And you all are able to proceed outside. Get some air.
How do you feel, Avok?
It takes him a moment to respond to it. That's the first time I'm so sorry, I just couldn't hold on to it anymore.
No.
So the guilt finally came back to you, or
The guilt-
overwhelmed you.
I've been guilty for 2 years.
Same.
The tiefling woman. The purple one.
Okay, good. I'm glad you specified.
With a dog named after me. She's the woman I loved.
Yes.
She thinks I'm dead too.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a very awkward conversation, isn't it?
Are you enjoying this?
No, not particularly.
You hear
Frankly,
you hear from the other side of the room as James speaks up. I am.
Yes, but you don't have particular stakes in this.
Oh no, but this is so much better than a play.
I'm just surprised it took you this long to do it.
By the way, James, I left a dent in your hallway.
No, you didn't.
There was a very... Every single moment I was with this group, I almost broke. I just couldn't hold it anymore.
I think all three of us knew that this was a shit idea. But we were just afraid.
When I found out why Gareth sided with Eclipse, did it because he was afraid. And I scoffed at him. I thought he was weak. I was such a fool not to see what I was doing. What we were doing.
James, can you do me... Is there a way you can send a message outside of this void?
Define void.
This time shit.
No.
We need to get...
We've been over
What-
this.
If you're trying to contact Trap It, that could have ramifications.
I'm not trying to contact Trap It. Once this is over, there's a Blackmore I need to apologize to. I judged him too harshly.
James just kind of like sighs and just shakes his head, and he's like,
Rando's right. I've been losing sight of what's important.
do you want honest feedback, or do you just want to wallow in your self-pity? Like,
Give the feedback.
thank you, Jesus Christ. Is a guy I used to know. Ugh. Always pontificating. Anyway. Yeah. You made a shit call. You decided that the wellspring of information that you sought after was more important than the sanctity of your team's trust. You, in choosing to put a double agent inside without the express knowledge of certain members of your team, took the decision and vote out of their hands and basically decided for yourselves that you would undergo this burden alone, not even considering if you would be capable of carrying it. You made a shit call. That's how being a leader works. You know what happens when you make a shit call?
You live with it, and you do what you can to make shit right.
Yes. The problem is that you have a limited lifespan, and he doesn't. As one... Well, he's not immortal, but I am. As one immortal speaking on the behalf of one with a lifespan of 700 years, potentially longer if he continues his path of druidic prowess, those with the capacity to live longer can indeed express forgiveness faster because such trifles, such as betrayal and trust and truth, are fleeting concepts to them, but there's one thing that you haven't considered. Rando wasn't raised in an elven household. He was raised by a human father. He has a very human view of such malleable concepts, which means that he can hold a grudge longer than you can breathe. By not including him in this particular circle of trust, one of which, by the way, you could have easily done, you've taken his say out of the equation. And I can't speak to his emotional state. Emotions are something that I don't understand, because the only true grudge I have ever held died when he did, and then I forgot him. It wasn't worth my time, and neither was he. So you see, If you're going to take action, take action. If you're going to plan and play the long game, plan and play the long game. But assume that all parts of your operation must know the information credible for your long game. If a cog thinks they're just a cog, they will only do as a cog does. If a cog thinks that he is part of a grander plan, a cog will throw down his life with glee, thinking that he is an aspirant, that he has something to climb towards. So tell your people the fucking truth. And stop hiding behind pedantics such as the possibility of information compromise. In a war, there is information compromise. I'm sure that even the divination principle can speak to the nature of how readily accessible the information of your lives has been.
This is just the consequence. Yeah.
I mean, Miss Perrick, am I wrong? Was it really that hard to look up these guys?
Oh, well, Rando a tiny bit, but, and Trappet was more of just a slog. But, the rest of you? Pitifully easy.
So yeah, keeping a secret. Good job. Anyone could have still found out. It's not about preparing for if they find out or making plans against when they'll find out, but prepping for what happens when they do. That's how you win a war, boys. It's great if Eclipse can figure out your motive, but what good does it do if they can only get pieces? And even if they do figure out your motivation, if your plan is effectual enough, they won't be able to stop it. It's about strategy over stratagem.
James, you're right. The entire Silver Dawn's plan was reactive. Figure out what Eclipse is doing and stop the bleeding. Might be time to take the fight to them in a sense.
Perhaps. I think it's more... You are correct, your formation was reactive, but you do have a strong enough force at your disposal that you can finally stop being that. You don't have to necessarily take the fight to them, but think before you leap. You formed this strike team to be able to react to crises important enough, so learn to delegate. Things that aren't important shouldn't require the full resources. Your group shouldn't be personally responsible for the well-being of the world. Just as I am not responsible for the entire well-being of the Shadowfell, I focus on Blackreach.
I got a lot of shit to make up for. Yeah.
We're spreading ourselves too thin.
Yeah.
Now, in the meantime, let your... I'm not going to call them Docilins, because that's an insult to their lineage. Let...
Rando and Tala.
Yeah. Let Rando and Tala cool off. And then make your case. Right now, all you're going to get is bullshit. Then figure out what the fuck you're going to say. Don't just come back in there with a heartfelt apology and a plea. Appealing to pathos is the worst argument anyone could ever have. The only ways things get done are appealing to fear and appealing to more primal senses. And logic if you've got the right audience, but appealing to emotion is bullshit.
I'm also gonna go out for some mail. Yeah, I assume you have a back exit. I need to give those two some space.
I also just have a dungeon.
No.
It's about a roof.
Worth a shot. I have a balcony. You can... Ugh. He pulls out a onyx key and throws it to you, Merrick, and just goes, "If you touch anything in my personal quarters, I will literally peel the skin from your bones." Well, first, I mean, there's a couple different layers. I have to peel the skin from your musculature, then peel the musculature from your bones, ligaments. You get the point.
Merrick's already walking out.
Don't touch my shit! He turns to Gallus. "You are free to join him, but again, the offer states, touch my shit and I kill you."
How high up is the balcony?
It's at the top of the castle. You are literally going to be climbing up like 10 floors of stairs.
Alright, fuck. Well,
It's worth it for the view.
Gallus is just standing there. And in his pocket, he's just kind of thumbing the potion that would turn him back into a Goliath.
not yet. We need to one-trap it.
I know. But he's just... He's just thinking.
So, Avok, how do we make things right? The three of us.
First, we need to be three.
Right.
And we need to tell him everything. We should have done that from the beginning.
From now on, we will.
No more secrets, not with us.
Merrick takes off the bandages around his left arm and just looks at the mark of Palor. I will be worthy of this again. I will be worthy of them again.
Rita's gonna kill me!
I meant what I said. When this is done, I no longer lead the Inquisition.
I know that you were never really attracted to power. This is not where you want to be. But you were against the plan from the start. You at least knew it was going to do this. I was blind enough to think that maybe they would understand. And maybe if we talk about Clero, maybe if I explain, maybe it can smooth things over. But they deserve to be mad. That's not going to change. But we do need to earn their trust. We do need to work together, because we are currently trapped in the Shadowfell.
Oh. I'm sure Rando understands, but that doesn't. He's right. What we did wasn't right.
Let's get trapped the hell out of Dodge.
Just because we are pressed for time and I want to be able to focus on other things, we're going to go ahead and shift outside. So peeling away from the balcony where Gallus and Merrick have found themselves, we are going to go down into the courtyard of the castle below where Tala and Rando find themselves.
Are you doing okay, Rando?
We'll say yes.
I mean, I know how bad I feel. I've only known everyone involved for a few months. I've never even met him, but I can only imagine how you feel. If it makes you feel any better, I literally have nothing in my closet.
I appreciate because you told me about your mom.
Yeah.
And I've put all my cards on the table every time.
Yeah.
But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to start picking my cards back up.
Do you really want to get as jaded as him?
No, I don't. But the fact is, Secrets haven't won the war, and clearly they're not winning with keeping secrets either.
Well, the war's still going. We don't know what they do will end up resulting in.
Do you have any idea how much, like, how much time I could have spent on other things if I had known any of this information?
I do. The entire reason I left home and came here was because of him murdering Avok. I felt that it was some sort of duty to bring him to justice or make up for it somehow.
You know, the worst thing is, I could probably destroy your entire reality of Merrick. Like, but I don't want to do that to you. Because you deserve better than what I've been given.
At this point, I don't know what I've been given. I am still going to remain loyal. I have pledged myself to serving this cause and serving him. I'm going to honor my oath, because that's what I do. Tala, the Oath Keeper.
And that's why you're better than me.
Or I just lack as much common sense.
You know, I'm not even sure I've told you this, but when I started, I had nothing. I literally had, like, my adoptive father. I had his clothes, his sword, and that was it. Back then, I had, like, I didn't have the knowledge of the Feywilds, none of that.
Yeah. I was in a similar situation. I literally just went to the Platinum City with... And she just kind of gestures the exact gear I have on, more or less. When I was investigating you and everyone else on the team, I was just doing odd jobs, and for a few nights was just sleeping on the streets.
Yeah?
Maybe I shouldn't have left home. I don't know. I didn't really fit in there either, though. Too uptight.
Well, clearly, how you're, like, how all this is, like, you're over there is kind of how it feels with me right now. Because it's just, oh, classic Rando, he's going off making trouble again. We gotta watch out, make sure he doesn't do something stupid kind of thing. We can't tell Rando what we're doing because he might blabber. We don't want that. Because I'm bad at lying.
Tala kind of rubs her eyes a little bit. I really can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe Merrick and Avok did it to protect you in some way. I don't know. I thought I knew them, but I mean, there are spells out there. There's a million ways that someone can read someone's mind. maybe it's one of those things, the less people who knew, the better. I don't say it's right, but maybe that's where they were coming from.
Matter what, either way, I get the reason for why. But it's still the fact that 2 years? And then when I come back, they still didn't tell me. It wasn't until we were put into this specific situation that they had to tell me. Not when we went to the Feywilds, not when I just first joined up with the group. No. Here. In probably the worst possible spot to be telling something like this.
Yeah, was their timing always this bad?
Absolutely.
Well, at least some things didn't change. On the plus side, at least Avok wears shirts now. Sorry, I don't make jokes often.
I know.
So I'll just kind of gives him a hug again. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna have a long talk with them after this is all over. Wonder what we'll find out next is Yuza secretly a flying Tarask.
They're learning.
Jokes aside, after this, if it continues the way it is, even if it changes, I'm done. I am determined to hunt down Eclipse. Because clearly having attachments is too big of an issue for everybody. So the smartest thing is I probably should just disappear.
Well, even if it's just, for as long as I'm around, please don't. And I just got you, don't want to lose you.
Tala, I get it. But maybe Dosslin shouldn't be close to each other. I mean, look how much pain all of us have caused the others. I'm not wrong. Statistically speaking, I'm not wrong. One of our sisters is a pirate queen. Our own brother, our eldest brother, literally stabbed me in the back. Statistically speaking, I'm kind of 2 out of 5 right now of like decent Dosselins. And I am including the other one working at the base right now.
Well, I hope that me telling you who I am didn't really.
Oh no!
Make the situation worse.
Fuck. Tala, you are one of the best people I've met. I don't know what to think anymore. Because every time I've done the right thing, it's literally gotten me stabbed.
Well, tell you what, as long as I'm around, I'm not gonna let you get stabbed. I mean, if there's one thing I can do is take a hit. Just kind of punches him in the shoulder lightly.
I get that. But I can't take another person in my life dying. I get that you're my younger sister. But
Yeah.
the fact is, because of our genetics, I'm gonna have to watch most of you die if I survive this. And I cannot bear that.
Well, maybe not. We don't know. We don't know what the future holds for any of us. I mean, I had to watch all of you die already since we've been here. Not a pleasant experience, but
Difference is, I knew you'd come, like, you knew he'd come back.
I wasn't sure. It still hurt. Even then, it's still. We need to keep. The Church of Soon is all about emotions and love. It's important to keep the memories, the connections with you. You never really truly lose anyone in that regard. Also, we live in a world of magic. I mean, there are ways of communicating. Besides, don't have any intention of going anywhere anytime soon. You got at least what, 60, 100 years left? Not a bad run.
I'm probably gonna have way more than that.
Well, maybe I will too. Seems from what I've seen, the age of these things is a little weird.
Yeah. Anyway. Don't get me wrong, I haven't forgiven either of them. The only reason I'm even sticking around now is because you're here. Literally, the fact that you followed me out is more than enough for me to keep wanting to stay around for a bit.
I appreciate that. I really do. Also, I really was having a hard time finding the temptation to reset the Lord Commander and Gallus. I mean, Avok.
How
That's
so?
actually the first thing I want to do when I get my Holy Avenger.
What do you mean?
No, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to hurt them out of anger. She kind of makes a throat slitting motion when she says reset,
Yeah, sorry.
time loop, all that.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose any of you, even with what just happened. I'm still going to hold my oath to them, to you. Because at the end of the day, I do feel like this group is the best way to make a positive change. And I honestly think that they have lost their way a little bit. But I may be just being naive, but maybe we can help them find the right path again. You know, say the road to the Seven Hells is paved with good intentions. Maybe we can pull them back to the light.
Yeah. I
Also, I kind of don't want to, continue hating on my childhood crush, so that's gonna be a bit of an awkward thing.
I completely get that. Could you can I get a little more time alone?
She hugs him again, pats him on the shoulder. All right. I'll always be here if you need me. I think I might walk the halls, so to speak. She heads back inside. Don't do anything too reckless, please.
Yeah. Don't worry about me. And he's just gonna kind of just start walking around a bit.
I was gonna look for that vampire who keeps attacking them, so she can punch him.
How long did James say it would take for the stuff to dismantle the second minute and hour hand take to prepare?
Did we lose the DM during that?
I don't know.
Yeah, did Walker die?
That was a good scene.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that I was still muted.
That's fine,
Son
man.
of a bitch, did we just lose that whole scene?
No, we didn't. I was talking the entire time during that. Not the entire time, but like once the scene wrapped and like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go do my thing. I was like, all right, cool, let's start getting into this, and then I realized I was muted when y'all were like, did the DM die? I'm like, what? So first off, he said it would take 2 to 3 hours. So it's been about, since y'all got back and have had your discussions, I'd say it's been about like maybe an hour. So anyone that can get a short rest in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll probably need to do that.
And then
Oh yeah, I'm missing hit dice. How the hell did I get hurt?
I'm gonna need glyph.
Glyph of warding.
Right.
I'm gonna need perception checks.
Cool.
Everyone?
Anyone that wants to make one.
I'll make one.
Oh, natural 20. Yeah. Now that I don't have to hide why I have good perception.
Bastard.
Yeah, were you able to like reclass spec for this?
Oh no! Here's the thing. I'll tell after the session. But remember when I cast silence?
Yeah.
I still spent a key points for that. That was 20.
Just type in the chat.
22. Oh yeah. Okay.
Did not get roll 20 to pull up. I was like, oh god.
Nice tower.
17, 22, 23, nat 20, and then
I
Rando.
sent you my stuff. I sent you my stuff in Discord.
Oh, okay.
I put it out for the public.
Well, here.
Interesting.
You want,
People
you want to
watching.
see it? You want to see it here?
No, I want the people watching to be able to see it.
My god. And then Storm, what's your modifier?
+3.
So 23.
That was a nat 20 by me, also.
Nice. Oh, both sides of the aisle having nat 20s.
I'm actually quite impressed. I'm actually a little surprised
I've
you
been
don't
really
have
like this.
expertise
This
in
is
that.
why I call it the boss dice, because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
it's meant to fuck over my players.
The two wisdom casters over here.
Clean your chest.
So sorry.
So I wasn't. You know what? I
didn't actually have an answer for this.
No, I always like planning for unintended consequences. Rando,
Yep.
roll me an insight check with advantage.
With advantage? Okay.
With advantage.
Yuza is actually alpha.
My God.
At this point,
He was just playing stupid the entire time.
Okay. I'm going to narrate this, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap the session.
Okay.
So, for Yuza, Avok, and Tala, Tala, you don't find who you're looking for. But you do spy Damien, who has regained consciousness, and is running around kind of frantically gathering supplies for James's device, and getting them ready as per Yuza and James's specifications. You notice that they are constructing essentially foci similar to the ones that you saw, but these seem to be glowing with arcane energy that is similar to a combination of Yuza and James's like magical colors. So it has kind of that like faint like silvery pink magic that Yuza tends to emanate, as well as James's like dark red crimson magic.
Wait. I'm sorry, I missed. That's a 32. I did the math wrong.
Okay.
It was a 14 plus 17.
I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
For Merrick and for Avok, you all notice that in James's room itself there are like quite a few things in here. It seems like he did tell you not to touch any of his shit, but you can see around his room, and like this is like for how safeguarded this sanctum is, the man leaves a lot of like his own personal effects kind of lying out in the open, but you would assume that like there is a degree of fear that he generates in his organization to prevent that. And I'll say that a few things that kind of just catch your eye are a small painting that sits at his bedside table, a journal that sits at a desk across the room, and a small ledger that seems to be marked with the initials LG.
Lawful good.
That's against. It's actually kind of like thrown into like a closet. Like it is just kind of like hastily thrown away. But Storm with your nat 20 and Red with your ridiculous fucking perception bonus.
My dumbass forgot how to add 70. I forgot to add 17 to 14.
You all see Rando leaving the grounds of the estate as Tala walks back inside.
He shouldn't be walking around alone. I'll follow him.
No. I need to talk to him too. He probably needs some space. So.
But it's dangerous.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Take this.
Exactly. Besides, I can risk using shadows now.
I mean, I have a 500-foot teleportation range with these boots.
Let's just both go.
Yeah.
Okay, now to get to Rando. Rando. With a 25 insight, Zach, I want you to describe Rando's headspace to me right now. Like, obviously you've had a startling revelation and a lot of broken trust, but you have had a positive conversation with Tala. Where is your head right now?
I'm sending you specifically what it is.
Perfect.
Rando has made the switch to lawful evil, as with the rest of the party.
It's about time he caught up with everyone else.
Yeah, honestly, it's been so
Tala's
much
the
of a
only
pain
lawful
holding
good
back.
left.
I mean, Merrick's right now is neutral evil, which is really weird for him.
Well, time for Tala to put him down.
Vox alignment right now is stupid evil.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about getting like the talisman of pure good or pure evil just to test you fuckers if you were evil or not now.
Oh, I as a person can never play an evil character. Like, I just...
Gross.
unless it's like the actual mustache-twirling villain, I want to play that. Like, evil.
The closest I ever got to playing evil was...
Meet me.
I will say this, guys. If you had included Rando in your plans, oh my god, I would have had so many plans.
Well,
Oh,
doesn't matter about those, because this is what's about to happen. In this deep pit of isolation that you feel, as even with your family here, you realize that even amongst this group of people that you trust, you were not trusted enough to be confided in, to be amidst the loop. And in this place, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
It's fine, you're super good at those.
Shadowfill, baby.
Oh no!
Why did I think of that? Oh,
Use the boss dice!
I did!
Actually, good point. Thank you for pointing that out to me. Merrick and Avok need to also make me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, crap.
Tala will make hers with advantage.
Okay, I'm kind of good.
Actually, wait. Hold on. What's the range on Porton? Is there a range on Porton? Because if not, I just want to give Zach a 17.
I think it's sight.
So
Fairly
I'm taking a
confident it's
wisdom
sight.
saving
You ready?
throw?
You're
You're
ready
making
for
a wisdom
this?
saving throw with advantage. I am specifically targeting the people who have been emotionally disturbed by the conversations and revelations. Yuza doesn't give a shit, so Yuza doesn't have to make a roll.
Yeah. you
I wouldn't
guys
say
have-
she doesn't give a shit, but she's not
She's
emotionally
Are
invested.
you guys ready to do what you did to Rando?
Oh, no!
No.
It's too
everyone.
bad
Hold
already.
on. Everyone, put him in the chat.
No, it doesn't say a range. You can replace any attack roll,
You
saving
guys
throw, or
gave
ability check
Rando.
made by you or a creature that you can see.
That you can see.
Can I see random?
No.
Okay.
Oh no!
With advantage, that's an 8.
Advantage, huh?
Yeah. Those two nat ones.
Zach, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Is that
Okay.
including your paladin aura?
Alright, your paladin aura. So it's +5, so it'd be like 13.
Oh,
Still not enough, but
Higher than me.
I forgot to get that on
still not
the
enough, but
Am I gonna change alignment?
No.
we're getting Freaky Friday. You're also
You're not going to change alignment, but this is how this is going to work. So,
Oh, thank God.
Rando and Merrick, you two are fine. I will say that as you all pursue Rando, you can feel all this negative emotion you've been feeling, that you've been wallowing in. You've been... This place draws on negative feelings, and it feeds off of them and amplifies them in ways that normal people can't comprehend until they arrive. You're able... As you all have been kind of in your pity party, you begin to realize that the more you concentrated on, oh man, I fucked up, oh man, it's all my fault, I did that, the more it kept looping. The deeper you would fall, the more you would fall. And you two are able to snap yourselves out of it enough to stay focused and on task. Tala.
Mm-hmm.
Your aggression, rightfully so, justly deserved, is still a sensation of negative emotion.
Oh, she's got a lot more than just aggression right now.
And as you kind of like are, you are someone who is very taciturn. But as you are allowed to feel these emotions and focus on what exactly has happened between your brother and your comrades, your aggression becomes fueled by hatred and the sting of betrayal. And you're about to make a very dumb decision. But at this point, you do not care.
Kill everyone.
So, and then Rando. We're going to loop back to you real quick because this is all about to happen at once. As you proceed out and focus on this loneliness and this pain you feel, that pain turns to bitterness and resentment. Why wouldn't they trust you? Why couldn't they tell you the truth? Why were they, your friends, betraying you? And you can almost feel the pull of something dark drawing you closer and closer as you follow this feeling to its source. And you find yourself at the mouth of a large and cavernous opening. Now, I'm about to determine something based on what Tala has rolled, and this will determine what happens in Rando's scene in the next 2 seconds. Tala, I need you to make a decision for me. You see Merrick and Gallus coming down the stairs as quickly as they can, and they're heading outside to where Rando was. Who do you hate?
Honestly, she's more betrayed towards Merrick, but it's more of a self-hatred for being that naive.
I
So
understand
it's not
I understand the complexity of emotion, but in this instance, seeing the two of them, who do you hate?
For her, it'd be Merrick. The one she trusted the most out of the bunch.
All right. Merrick, I need you to make a strength saving throw for me. Tala, this is not contested, as I have set a DC for this, as you are now backed by the power of the Shadowfell.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
We're in the deep end now, boys.
Oh boy.
Oh,
PvP.
Oh my god, Red the player makes good decisions, guys.
Cock.
Never let me do this shit again.
Cock
Dude,
again.
Brady, you
Bro.
kidding me? It's the most compelling this game has been in a while. I'm kidding, but
Okay. I have a number.
I didn't put it in the chat, but I did say that
Bloody
Ichabod
blood.
was following Rando.
Okay, just
Strength save, you said, right?
strength saving throw.
I'm assuming you're rolling for Tala, Walker?
There is
No,
no
you said
roll.
the DC.
This is just a
There's
DC.
No roll.
Oh, sorry.
27.
Okay. You will not be knocked prone, but you will be impeded.
Oh.
Gallus and Merrick, you both see this. As you both begin to rush towards the door, knowing full well that Rando is about to make a bad decision. Not necessarily a stupid one, but one that will land him in trouble if he is not cautious. You see Tala moving to intercept. As you all reach the bottom of the stairs, Tala now stands directly in your way. And Hawk, it's not like you're possessed, but you are not in the right frame of mind. And as you see Merrick, that becomes the sole point of your focus, so much so that when Gallus, keeps moving and, with Merrick, you don't see Gallus moving. Your sole focus is Merrick. So as your wings fan out and the black tips of your winged edges begin to touch the shadow itself and creep into darkness, expanding far beyond what would be their normal physical boundaries, you rush Merrick with full force that is charged with something beyond yourself as you slam him back into the stairs. And again, he is not knocked prone. He braces himself against the bottom stair, but you are now
Tyler,
locked
we just want
in
to
a
say we're
grapple.
sorry.
As you and Merrick are now in a grapple. Merrick, for you see Tala's wingspan extend and touch the edges of the shadows around here, and they coil into her like snakes, and her wings grow massive and shadowy and black, giving off wisps of energy as she rushes forward with a speed unlike her and slams into you with a force backed only with rage, as she is in control but compelled.
Sure. Avok, get Rando. Go.
He just gonna call out, User! Tala, I get it. Does Merrick know anything about the Shadowfell, how it can affect people's minds?
Maybe a history check to see how much research you did before you came in here.
How
Bloodhunter
coherent is Tala at this point?
Huh?
How coherent is Tala at this point?
Like I said, you're in full control of your actions. They are just fueled by a compulsion to make the person you hate feel what you're feeling.
21.
In that case,
Aggressive empathy.
she would probably headbutt him.
21. Yeah, you know that the Shadowfell can affect people on an emotional scale. Specifically, it preys on darker natures, people who are more prone to acts of violence, deceit. Generally, negative thoughts and emotions will thrive more here. But the place also can prey on despair, hopelessness, and just a general somberness, sometimes driving some of its denizens who fall into despair to waste away in their own despair, to the point that they will actually cease to eat and sleep and drink until they starve to death.
So seeing the shadows reacting to Tala like this, can Merrick make an informed assumption of that's what's going on
You
here?
can safely assume that some emotional reaction has evocated the fact that she is now aggressive to you.
Tala, I'm sorry. I truly am. But I don't think this is fully you trying to kick my ass right now. We can do this when we're not in the Shadowfell.
Hide her the lies. So many lies.
You're right. I need to be better. I will be worthy of you and Rando again. But we can't do this here.
You're supposed to be the best of them.
I know.
Him. To everyone.
I never was. I'm sorry for lying.
You were the hero.
I'm only a hero because of my team. Big old human got most of the credits.
My.
It was wrong. All I can do now is move forward and make things right. I'm not asking him, but we need to go find Rando to help him.
This place fucks with people's heads when they get depressed. Makes it so that they stay there.
Tala, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Real quick, while you're doing that, does Yuza react to having her name called?
Fucking fuck! Sorry.
It's understandable.
No.
One second. Vex, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she hears it, yeah.
You proceed out into the hallway. You see Merrick and Tala trapped in a grapple. And you see, if you would like to use that portent you were trying to use earlier, you can use it on Tala, as you see that she is grappling kind of with the actual nature of the Shadowfell. As you can actually see, like, her wingspan has gone back to normal, but you can see these actual, like, kind of like Venom symbiote-esque, like, tendrils of shadow have, like, attached themselves to her wing and are, like, basically thriving off of her hatred at this point.
So, Walker, that's another 13.
Okay, well, it might not be in a second, depending on what Yuza decides to do.
You always crit! What is happening?
Dude.
Three nat
In a
ones
row.
in a row.
Do you have advantage at all?
Yuza,
They had
save
advantage the
us!
first time.
I have
guidance.
I don't have guidance.
Merrick does, but it doesn't work on saving throws. That would be blessed.
Fuck.
I don't have it prepared.
Well, or resistance, but portent only works before I know what the roll is.
I like I said, I will allow you to use it in this situation because you can see that they're grappling with it.
Yeah.
Just because he was rolling it while, you know, you were.
Yeah. So Hawk, you rolled a 17.
So 17 plus your bonus.
Ooh. Okay, so that's
17 plus your bonus plus your paladin.
So that is plus 12, so that is 29.
All right. Yeah, you snap out of it as you begin to succumb to the nature of the Shadowfell again and feel the need to violently headbutt Merrick in the face. You kind of reel back for the second one as your hand flickers with arcane energy as you bend the actual nature of probability, and almost like a wildfire, your magic burns away at the shadows, sending them back to where they came. As Tala, you snap out of it right as your head is about to collide with the bridge of Merrick's nose.
Thank you.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
By the way,
No, I deserve that.
Tala,
Yes.
a lot of baggage has been lifted from your shoulders. It'll still, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, all your emotional trauma's over now, but, like, the way this works is if you could beat the Shadowfell, like, it gives you a little boost.
Gotcha.
Make yourself grab the sides of Tala's heads. Don't be upset. I deserve a lot worse than that. You can kick my ass later.
Okay.
Gives you a peck on the forehead and runs after Avok.
Okay.
Oh God, Rando.
So as
Wait,
the
what's
party,
happening?
Yeah, Tala's going after them too, full flight.
so we'll just say that everyone gets caught up, like, usually gets caught up to speed on the run. Or on the fly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and skip ahead. Not like the party is still moving, but we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead to the man who has better speed and mobility and would probably get there faster if unimpeded.
Dash, bonus action, dash.
So I will say that you will. This is a scene that is Rando's. You will arrive at the end of it.
Sure thing.
Rando.
Yep.
You stand at the mouth of a chasm that extends deep, deep, deep below the surface of the Shadowfell. A place where darkness becomes manifest. You can see below you, like, as the stairs descend down into this pit, you can almost see them crawling on the walls. This place is calling you. You know that this is where your primordial is. And you know what? if something's gonna get the brunt of your aggression right now, it had better be this. You can almost feel it calling you, challenging you. It thinks you're not worthy. You're not good enough. What do you do?
I am trudging in that. I am ready. I'm gonna make this Primordial my bitch.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. That is enough to beat the nature of the Shadowfell. So you are no longer feeling like this kind of deep kind of despair and anger and resentment. And you actually feel a little positive. That is not enough to beat the call of this Primordial, however. So, tell me, Avok,
Yes.
how do you react as Rando swan dives into this pit?
And I'm too far away to really, like, reach out and catch him, I assume.
Correct. You are literally arriving as this man dives into, like, it's obviously not a head first, like, but leaps readily into this pit.
Without hesitation. He follows.
All right. As you both plummet into the heart of darkness, falling further and further and further, despite you consciously knowing that there has to be a bottom at some point, that there has to be a wall you would collide with, something that would break your fall, or in your case, Avok, with your slow fall, there should be at least something that would, lessen the amount of bludgeoning damage you would take when you hit the bottom. There's nothing. You all are falling and falling and falling and falling until you both reach essentially the same velocity. So even with your slow fall, you are moving at the same speed as Rando now. And as you all are falling through this void of endless darkness, where even with your astral mask and your dark vision, you cannot see, a singular globe of silvery light erupts and illuminates the area around you. Just you two, by the way. As you see a flash of obsidian teeth, and you hear, "Well, well, well. It's been so long since I've had visitors. Ah, and such delicious light you bring into my home. Let us see how well it stacks up. I am so very hungry." And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Oh!
The second she gets at a hole, she's diving in.
Oh yeah, Gallus is leaving, I can say it now, Avok is leaving Ichabod at the top of the hole for he doesn't know anyone's following him yet, but he's leaving Ichabod up there as a sort of like, over here, assholes!
I mean,
Ichabod is best character.
Ichabod
is.
is.
Also, Ichabod is just as surprised as everyone else.
On that note, I have been your Dungeon Master, Walkman EXE, and joining me as always, the real stars of the show are my ever-present role players. Going down the line in no particular order, we have Vexatal24 playing Yuzaperic.
Didn't do much this time, but that's okay.
We have Stormsage13 playing Merrick Gilder.
He is so sorry.
We have Redbeast13 playing Avok Korik.
I apologize for everything.
We have Zodiac19 playing Rando Mishorm.
I'm trying.
We have the Hawk of Bridge playing Talasoon.
Oh god, I hit the commander, but it felt good. I hit the commander. I really want to hit him again, but oh god.
I hope you all look forward to joining us in the new year as we crank out much more Platinum Watch content and hopefully get out of the Shadowfell here soon. I mean, our team has everything they need to break free. It's just a matter of, can they figure out the lair of the Raven Queen without dying?
As always, our greatest enemy
Again.
is ourselves.
Sorry, guys. This one's on me.
We look forward to seeing you in the new year and wish you the best of holiday blessings. Goodbye.
Bye.